Okay, here we are again. Ready to go. I promise I won't immediately have us go off on side quests today. That's not a promise I can keep because that's exactly where we're going right at the beginning. I know. The past two streams have had side quests front loaded as well. It's just because we have access to the boat. Now we have access to a bunch of different places we can go. Although, it is worth pointing out that our next this level up that we're at right now between 22 and 23 does not have a mini level up associated with it. So it might be worth it not to explore every single place we can go right now. I'll keep it in consideration because there's quite a lot of places we can go, basically. Like with all of Homeworld's islands are now available for us to explore, except for the Dead Sea, which we can't get into until we go to Marble. So I don't know. We'll have to figure out what we're going to do. That being said, we can figure it out on the fly because it's time for me to get started anyway. We got our team ready to go. This is the other team, the team that we need to get back eventually. But how can I face them when I've become this? I don't have a clever joke here. If I had a clever joke, I feel like I'd need to understand more about like Lynx and who he was before this. And well, I do get who he was before this, but it's a spoiler, so we can't get into it too deeply. I'd love to just tell you, yeah, he was the former chief of Marble, but that's not even remotely true. How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to Chrono Cross, the stream edition. Last time, excuse me. Well, we got placed in a very fuzzy body because we finished up Fort Dragonia, and Lynx did a ritual, an ancient draconian ritual that allows for the switching of bodies between individuals, which seems awfully convenient considering what his plan is with our body that I can't get into yet because it's a spoiler. But yeah, so now we're playing as Surge in Lynx's body, and our party members were dispersed because Lynx doesn't need party members because he works solo, I guess. But we got a few more. Well, we got a few new ones, basically. We haven't gotten any back yet, but we'll figure that part out later. I didn't mention it previously, but it's actually very important that you recruit Zappa for reasons that I'll get into later. But basically, without him recruited into your party, you can't make rainbow equipment later. So any prism equipment that you want to make, Zappa has to be in your party in order to do that. So out of all of the recruitments that we made last time, Zappa is the most important one. He's not really going to be functioning as a party member because he's a red innate and pretty crap, if you ask me. I mean, you can use him if you want. This game's easy enough, but I'm not a big fan, so we're not going to use him. But he's definitely, out of everybody that you can recruit right now, he's the most important one to recruit. So definitely recruit him if at all possible. So, all right, so we have a boat because we got that from Norris, allowing us to use the military boat from Poor's Occupation of Termina. But before we leave the main island, I think we're going to do a little bit of exploring here. There's a couple of places that we can go, so we're going to go do those now. And of those couple of places that we can go, there's also a couple of places that I can go in order to have Sprig do some stuff. We need her to doppelgang a few things, and I'll explain why eventually. We don't really need to explain it in particular for right now, but we do need her to doppelgang a few things for us, so. I still don't know why that dodo is pissed at me. Well, it's weird because I can tell you this. One of the things about the way that Chrono Cross works is that for some weird reason, affecting things... So the timelines are running parallel, right? So Homeworld and Another World are all running at the same time. They're at the same year and everything else. Affecting things in one timeline for some reason affects things in the other in certain situations. So the dodo might be pissed because in Another World I took an egg from the other dodo and it's affecting this dodo. But that just means that its time travel mechanics, Chrono Crosses that is, are a little on the inconsistent side, and I don't know how I feel about that. Like Chrono Trigger, okay, there's another frame for us, that's cool. Chrono Trigger's time travel was fairly basic and not particularly explained in great detail, but it was consistent, so Cross switching that up seems a little bizarre. Also, these weird stone statue things are enemies, so... Like I said, though, no mini level between this level and the next level, so don't worry about it too much if you don't want to fight these guys. I figure I might as well, because I could always use a couple of extra HP, because why not? Okay, so Dodo, we'll fight you first. Poke you to the point of being wherever you're at. Oh, thanks. Okay, so these guys are Drongos. They're green elemental. Shuckle, you need to go back to Pokemon. And did I equip any Electro Bolts before I did this? No, I equipped Meteor Showers. Okay. Well, I don't want to use that just yet. What I would like to do is... I guess I just poke this guy again a little bit, and then we can get to Norris's turn. I'd like to get to Norris's turn so that he can poke this Drongo with his gun! You know, if possible. And, so it's a worm with a hand? Alright then. Excuse me. Once we get him up to level 5, which he can't get to this turn, but that's okay, we can get him to level 5 so that way. Once he's there, we can work on the Dodo just a little bit, like, that, I guess? And then we can go back to Norris's turn. Actually, yeah, we'll just go back to Norris's turn, because I would like to demonstrate Sun Shower! Eat this. Not bad, Norris, not bad, especially for 13 magic. I'll take, 14 with the Dragoon's Honor, and... Did I give you the magic ring? So it'd be 15 magic. Still not bad, though, all things considered. I'll take it. I guess I can mention now, because I didn't, I want to backpedal on something that I mentioned last time, I think. Because I was talking about Matcha's stats and how, with a little bit of luck, she can end up with, like, 99 resistance. It's actually not true. It was a sort of, I guess, my assumption, because the character FAQ on GameFAQs presents itself as statistically oriented, which makes it seem like... did that guy just walk towards his brother? Makes it seem like, okay, well... From a stats point, that's not like a maximum, but no. 90 resistance is Matcha's absolute maximum defense value. Once she hits that, she'll never get defense again, even if she would roll favorably on it. So, basically, with her, or with anybody else, once they hit their stat caps, even if they're not done with all their star levels yet, that's it. They can't gain any more of that stat. So... I don't know how much sense that makes, but it effectively means that, like, if you're going for absolute maximums, you don't have to worry too much about not hitting stat caps. Since we're not going to be getting to star level 99, though, we don't really have to worry too much about that ourselves. We'll just get whatever we can get and hope for the best, so... You think these Drongos will die from just one sun shower? I almost want to just... I don't know if that'll work. I think I'm just going to go like this. We'll just shoot and shoot. And shoot. And then shoot the sky! And we'll just, I don't know, have Surge pick off the straggler. I'll tell you, by the time I get used to calling him Lynx, I'm probably still going to call him Surge anyway, but by the time I get used to calling him Lynx, it's going to be like... I'll be basically finished with this whole side quest of getting my body back. Well, it's the main quest. It's not really a side quest, but, you know. I guess this is a good place to pick up some carapaces, though, if you were missing them. So, there's that. I think there was one more chest up here? Yeah. There we go. And then there's one down by the Dodo, down here. See if we can juke him so we can grab it. It's just another mithril, if I remember correctly, so it's nothing particularly special, but I guess while I'm here I might as well grab it, you know. Okay. around this way. Draw his fire in a different direction and hope he doesn't pounce on me. Okay, we got away. Good. It doesn't always happen. Yeah, see, they moved. I wonder if these guys move like when you go off screen for a certain amount of time, like then you go back and then all of a sudden they're in a different location. Yeah, see, that one moved just now because he moved over here. What about you? Yeah, you moved too. Interesting. I don't know how their mechanics work, but there you go. The dodo that's down there, I didn't really check to see if the dodo respawns in another world after you beat the one that was over by the egg, so just to ensure that we don't have problems later with getting the... there's a summon that you can trap from them, but we don't have a level 7 slot just yet. So just to ensure that we don't have a problem, I'm just not going to kill the dodo down there until I can actually use the trap. So that is the plan. So we'll leave it alive for now, and we'll just knock out all these other ones, I guess. And I think, based on previous experience just here, we should be able to Sun Shower after, and just kill the other Drongo if we manage to get our stuff up. I guess I could just 1-2-2 and then Sun Shower, because these guys don't need any prior damage to be taken down by Sun Shower, so I can just 1-2-2 and then blow them up. Again, the reason why we're using Sun Shower over Earthquake is because the Sun Shower has a higher multiplier in terms of its damage than Earthquake does. So it'll always do more damage, at least as far as I'm aware, it'll always do more damage than Earthquake will. So, if you have the AoE skills for Norris, it's probably worth it to use Sun Shower first before you use anything else. So. Well, we have more carapaces now than I think I'll ever know what to do with. So, because of that, I think, and it looks like we aren't getting any more HP, so let's just move on. It's probably worth my time now to bring Sprig into the party, because there's a couple of things that you can do with Sprig at this point, and I will try to do them. Pardon me, young sir. How much do I actually want to do here? So we can do the stuff on the mainland. It's probably worth it to go to Guldove now that we have access to the boat, because Guldove has some good stuff at the shop, and I don't know how much of it I actually want to get, but I'll just check it out and see from there. And then we also want to go to the Hermit's Hideaway, because that's also available here in Homeworld, and there's a couple of treasures we can pick up there. Not really anything I particularly need, but stuff that I can use, you know. But before we go to either of those, you can also go back to Fort Dragonia. Well, not back, because this is a new Fort Dragonia, but you can go to Fort Dragonia if you want now, and yeah, you can use that as an opportunity to well, you can explore around there. There's some really solid treasures to grab there, but I don't know if I'm going to go there just yet. I think what I'm going to do is, what have I got listed on my to-do list? I've got it in my notes. So we're going to go to Shadow Forest next, because that's just kind of here on the mainland, so might as well take care of it while we're here now. Then we can go to Earth Dragon Isle. There's one little thing I want to pick, well, two things actually. One that's like a flag for a side quest, and one that's something with Sprig. We can pick up there. We can go to Guldove so we can pick up some stuff. We can go to the Hermit's Hideaway to pick up some stuff. And then I think after that we're going to move on and go to Marboul. Other places we could go right now is Mount Pyre, Fort Dragonia, the El Nido Triangle, Sky Dragon Isle, and then once we actually do some stuff, there's actually a small side quest that we can do with the El Nido Triangle. Once we're done with that, we can go back to Arnie Village to get a reward as kind of like the cherry on top of that small side quest. So, but we'll worry about some of that other stuff a little bit later. For now, I'm gonna grab... oh yeah, you know, the other thing I should show. I didn't show the item art for like the Smith Spirit and stuff, so let's take a look and see if there's any of these that I haven't shown yet. Haven't shown the egg either. It's what you'd expect. So, there you go. I think that's... we've already seen... yeah, seen that stuff. And there's the Smith Spirit, so it's just a scroll depicting a smith. And yeah, you can use that to summon Zappa so that he can do smithing things for you. Which we could do right now, but I don't have anything to smith, so let's just teleport her. And we will take Radius out, and we will tag Sprig in. Excuse me, I could probably, excuse me again, take off Radius's accessories. Is there anything that I care about for Sprig? Not really, honestly. I mean, I guess the silver loop wouldn't be a bad thing for her to have. I think I have, yeah, an extra mithril helmet, so I'm not really worried about that part. We'll just hold on to that. We'll give her the silver loop, and then we can go from there. She's also got an iron mail, so I might make her a mithril vest while we're here, just because she's gonna show up in the party a little bit occasionally here. So maybe we'll just do that while I'm thinking about it right now. I think I have enough stuff. If I don't, I can always go to Termina and grab some fur, so let's just, that's the wrong one. Let's just see, mithril vest, I don't have any fur. Okay, so let's go to Termina, we'll grab some fur, then we'll go smith up a mithril vest for Sprig. And I'm not too concerned about burning that, those items to make it, because it's, you know, it is what it is. It's, the iron mail is not really helping her. She'll only be squishier than she already is, and she already only has like 200 something HP. That's the main problem with Sprig, really, is that... Oh, where am I going? You know, go this way. I think the guy is here. Maybe not because of Poor being here. But yeah, that's the main problem that you have to keep in mind with Sprig. Oh yeah, he's not going to be here because the festival's not on. So, Goldove it is that she'll always have like a smaller amount of HP than anybody else that you might have to work with. You know, I can check actually and see who will trade for this stuff. Here we go. Trade for materials. Okay. There's actually one at Zappa's place, according to that shopping list. I use the shopping list on RPG Classics. It's like RPG Shrine for Chrono Cross thing. But the website is rpgclassics.com if I remember right. And I use that for the shopping list because it's a pretty comprehensive list. So there you go. But apparently, according to that, we can go here and we can trade with somebody. I don't know who yet, but somebody will trade stuff for elements. So maybe it's this guy. Well, he might have lost his son. What do you think is going to happen? Okay, yeah, so he'll be a trader for us. Now, the way that his trading works is a little bit different, if I remember correctly. Yeah, instead of exchanging for a specific, like any old element, well, he does for stuff like bone, copper, iron, and mithril. You can grab if you want. You can just use however many levels of any element color. But if you want the other stuff, you have to trade him specific colors of elements. So basically, if you want fur, you have to trade him yellow elements only. Now, we do have plenty of capsules, so I'm not really concerned about that part. And I got rid of most of my other stuff, so I'm not really super concerned about that part either. So let's just trade him. Oh, okay, that, excuse me, it's 8 levels worth, not 8 yellow element items. I was prepared to trade him 8 capsules for the fur. But since I don't have to, let's just stock up on a few of them while we're here, because we'll need them. So, and I have plenty of capsules. So. I don't know why I don't have any. I feel like I should have more than I have. I shouldn't have 0 at this point. Maybe I just haven't been getting them as drops from enemies. But yeah, we don't really need anything else. Everything else we've got a pretty good stock of. So that should be good. Thank you, sir. I will. Maybe. In the future, if I ever need it. Do you still smith if I talk to you? Or... Okay, so you won't smith here, but you'll smith at the Smith Spirit. Alright, fair enough. So that is what we will do. Give her a mithril vest. So she is good to go. And there's one other little side quest that we can do to get another party member in Shadow Forest. Specifically this version of Shadow Forest, the home world version. The Another World version has a different side quest that does not get you a party member, so there you go. Alright. Smith Spirit a go-go. Make a mithril vest. For Sprig. And there we go. I looked it up, by the way. I did a little bit of quick math, and apparently now we still have 1 more level's worth of upgrades to do in terms of our armor and weapons and stuff, but once we get to the point where we're just worried about our ultimate equipment, we need a little over 200,000 gold in order to, I think that was the amount, it's like 208 or something like that, 1,000 gold, in order to get all of the stuff that we need. So, there you go. Let me see, how do I want to do this here? Yellow elements will work pretty well in the forest, so let's do that. Fire pillar, you can go away. Put upheaval. Electro bolt. Although meteor shower wouldn't be terrible to have there either. You know, it is what it is. I can take that off and maybe put a meteor shower there. Because why not? And then you've got meteor showers, but I can take those off as well because you won't need them. So, I guess a couple of electro bolts. Did I get another earthquake anywhere? Or is it just the... No, it's just the trap. Okay, fair enough. We'll be able to use some of these traps pretty soon. Quite a few of them, actually, pretty soon. I think I have turn reds on right now because I was going to go to the El Nido Triangle. But, well, we're not going to do that just yet, so we don't need those that badly. I could put on turn yellows while we're going into the forest, but I don't think we'll need that, like, at all. So, instead of that, let's just equip some other stuff, like upheaval. You already have electro bolt, so good. And you know what, that's all good. Okay. So, with that, what we want to do with Sprig is actually... Oh, I need to set a carnivore trap as well. What we want to do with Sprig is actually a little bit different from what we would normally do with Sprig, which is have her defeat an enemy so that she can doppelgang into it. Because there's something you can do with doppelganging enemies in this forest specifically. I just hope that it actually works out because I only have one carnivore and at the moment I have no way to get another one. Once we can travel back to the other version of the world, we'll be able to buy more because we can just go back to Marble, but until that point, not so much. I probably should have bought more than one, to be fair. Let me think about this. Do I want to... See, because you can do something with these save files if you start doing New Game Plus stuff, because there's something that you can do with it. Basically, it's kind of hard to explain right now, but when you do a New Game Plus, there's two ways to do it. You can either, one, start the game completely from scratch, only carrying over all your star levels and items and all that stuff. Or you can take your clear data file and overwrite the save data from before New Game Plus to effectively start at that point. So, like, it might be good to keep this specific save. I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to save here. Oh, good, we get a Guile picture. Just so that way we can keep that save so that if I want to demonstrate it, I can. That's actually specifically the save that we have from between last episode and this one is a good one to use for New Game Plus because, well, there's an ending that we can trigger here that we wouldn't get otherwise, but I can't really explain why. It's another one of those things. It's a spoiler, so I can't really explain why just yet. Don't worry about it. There is a reason. There's a method to the madness here, I promise. Just can't talk about it yet. Let's see. Here we go. So this enemy right here is an interesting enemy. They're a couscous. Now, couscous are... Let me see how many we get in the fight here. If we only get one, okay, we got two. That's not bad. So couscous are kind of interesting because of the fact that they have a property to them, at least from my understanding, that's a little bit different and interesting that you can do something with Sprig with. So we're gonna, first things first, we're gonna have Sprig doppelgang. Now she has, yeah, Bulb by default when you have her recruited into the party. So I'm gonna have her doppelgang Bulb real quick. Because regular bulbs, no matter which world you're in, they won't cast the carnivore spell. But if you doppelgang into a bulb, you can gain access to the carnivore spell by having Sprig use it. And the thing about couscous is that if you cast an element on them, they will cast it back at you. So now the question is going to be, am I going to kill this couscous and the other couscous before I manage to get carnivore off? I kind of hope not, but we'll see. I'm going to try to not have Norris just kill. I want him to get the carnivore off. So let's do that. And then all we got to do is, so as we saw last time, casting from my side of the field won't trap it. But when the enemy casts it, then it will be trapped. So now all we got to do is get up to, I don't know what level she needs to be at for this to work, but I guess I'm going to find out in a second. Now you got to be careful because Sprig takes on the properties of the enemy, including their defense values. So she's not currently in a particularly good position from a defense standpoint to actually work out. When heal all info scope. I think it's that last one, so we need another 2. Okay, so we're not quite there just yet. And then I just want to get a little bit so we can heal. So let's do that. There we go. So that gets rid of that one, but I'm not really worried about that part. And then we can cast our Carnivore and hope to God that it doesn't kill this thing in one hit. It's resisted, so it shouldn't, and it's a bulb, so it's not a particularly strong enemy. Yeah, I didn't think so. So now, if I remember correctly, now you just defend, and then it will cast, yeah, Carnivore back at you. Now, since we have a trap up, it will just trap that element, and there we go. We're good to go now. So now we have that Carnivore, and we can use it ourselves. So, oh, this guy's poisoned. Interesting. I'll keep that in mind. Why don't you transform back, Sprig? Because once you have that, don't worry about it, because even if you run away from the fight, you're good. You've got that all taken care of. Let's transform you into Lagoonate. Why not? Lagoonate. Whichever you want to call it. But yeah, so once you've doppelganged the first time, she can doppelgang into anything else just by getting up to level 1, which is pretty nice. It lets you kind of dynamically transform as the battle requires. And it always gets her back to 0 stamina, even if she was going to be at -6 from using doppelgang, so just keep that in mind as well. Just poke you to death. Don't want that field effect to come in and be a problem here, but, you know, it's fine. We got him, and we got the Carnivore out of it, so that's good. Take a couple of items while we're here. The enemies here don't drop a particularly good amount of loot. Like, I guess I think they give Eagle Eyes and Bad Eyes, which is fine. You know, nothing good, but it's fine. And in terms of the items here, I don't think there's anything in the chest that I particularly care about. I think this one actually might be worth it, though, because it's a Carnivore trap, so let's go see. So I can replenish it. I do want 2 Carnivore traps total. Okay, that's not it. But I do want 2 Carnivore traps total, because soon, well, okay, we'll be able to actually get a second Carnivore, so that's what I'd like to have access to it so I can get a second Carnivore. There's also a bunch of other level 5 spells and even one level 6 spell that we'll gain access to once we get a little bit further here. Are you just gonna... Okay, fine, I'll just leave and then come back, and then you can't walk up on me. He's just walking up slowly. No down smash for you, you're not allowed. Sorry, don't know where all that came from. Flerm. Well... Okay, I guess I didn't... Oh, it's the bulb on top of the waterfall. I guess I didn't see you there, but no, I did. I just didn't think he could hit me from that Z-axis point. Alright, then. Now, bulbs, when they're by themselves, are a little bit interesting, but we can't do anything with that until we get a level 7 tech slot, so don't worry about that for now. But do keep it in mind, because eventually we'll be coming back here to have this bulb do something for me. Until then... photosynthesize this. Nice work, Norris. Got to use his neutral special while it's still in style, you know? So, alright, now hopefully if I hold forward I can just go through without getting into another battle. Yeah, okay, good. Hey man, what's going on? Oh, okay, I thought he was just taking a minute to register and talk to me. What are you making? Oh, okay, a mushroom to go into the stew pot? Nice, alright, cool. And that treasure is worth it because it's a forest charm, so we can dismantle that into a shiny seed if we grab it from him. So I'll go grab him a mushroom. Can't be that hard to find one in a forest like this, right? It really isn't, actually, so we'll just go grab it and we'll try to bob and weave around all the enemies while we're at it. There's the other Carnivore trap. I thought for sure I wasn't going to be able to thread that needle, but we did. Alright, fair enough. A couple of other enemies in here, I think. The I think those bulbous things up on top, the things that are kind of bouncing back and forth on the screen, are enemies and you can fight them. I think they're gloops. But I could be wrong about that. Anyway, if we go up here... Uh-oh. Well, let's see if we can fix that problem for you, little lady. And we get to fight a Wraith while we're at it, so I guess we'll fight a Wraith. Why not? I was gonna say, really, man? You just really don't want to get meteor showered, do you? I mean, fair enough, I wouldn't want to get meteor showered either. Do I have anything that I could... I mean, I could glide hook him, but that's not really going to do us much good, so... Okay. Well, I don't remember... I think Sprig has Wraith by default, but if she doesn't have Wraith by default, well, she's got it now, so... One more for her. One more for the Doppelganger book. But yeah, I'm pretty sure she has that one by default. I just wasn't paying attention to know. Hey, no problem. I'm just glad the Wraith didn't catch you. And for helping him out get out of that cave, we get a mushroom. So there you go. Only in Guardia. Yeah, so Guardia was the name of the area that Chrono was originally from in Chrono Trigger that I was grasping at before but couldn't find it. So, can I go into the hole? No, I don't think so. Yeah, we get the mushroom for the guy's stew. So let's go back and deliver the good news to him, let him have the mushroom, and then we can go from there, because that's it for this forest, so... For now, anyway. Actually, I think forever, because I don't think there's anything else for us to do here. Well, okay, other than come back here and have the bulb cast an element at level 7 for us, but we can do that pretty easily. There's bulbs on the first screen that can do that. You just basically need to get them by themselves and then get the whole field green, and if you do that, then they'll just cast for you, and you're good to go. But before we do that, let's head over here and have a chat with this gentleman. So I got you your mushroom. It's not in my key items as far as I'm aware, so... Or so it seems. I mean, the guy was asking if it was even real, so you might want to be careful with that thing. Okay, sure. Sounds like a plan. You gonna have the first sampling, or... Sounds like it was a pretty good mushroom, then. Sir, am I gonna get any of that stew, or are you okay? Sir? I'm glad that was good, but you might want to look in a mirror. More like your face is something. That sounds like I'm flirting. No, your face is transmogrified into... Well, just look in the water. You put on a new cap, it looks like. Oh, great. And this isn't even the second human-plant hybrid that I was talking about in the game, because this guy is a human-fungicide hybrid. That... Listen, I didn't know this was going to do that to you. How was I supposed to know? Sprig, why would you promise him that? We don't even... You know what? I don't even know at this point. And he's going to give me allergies while he's at it, because here he goes sneezing again. So, yeah, we get Fun Guy in our party. Great. Funny thing is, he's actually Lisa's father. So, yeah, if Lisa... She might want to know about this one, just saying. It might be something we should tell her. He's got good strength. Not great, but good strength. Everything else is kind of meh. And he's yellow innate, and yellow innate is pretty much agreed upon by most people to be the worst innate color. Excuse me, not even because of the innate color itself, but because most of the people that populate it are just middling at best. I mean, Norris is probably one of the best yellow innates, if not the best yellow innate, and those are what his stats look like, so... it kind of gives you an idea of how this all goes. But yeah, so if you want Fun Guy, there you go. At least we get the forest charm out of it. Oh, well, I'm sure your family will accept you for who you are, and hey, who knows, maybe the mushroom, once it's out of your system, it'll change you back. Maybe. So that's how you get that guy. Are we still the good guys? Because I feel like what we just did was the kind of thing that a bad guy would do. Just thinking out loud here. Alright, I'm gonna let this bulb go by. So we can get out of here. I can't use teleport here. Because there is no teleport spell. Oops. There we go. And then all we gotta do is get across this screen without running into the bulb. Although the bulb here, like I said, should be pretty good. There's 2 bulbs actually here. And then there's that guy who's looking for butterflies. But we don't have to concern ourselves about that guy just yet. I think he's used in the side quest that you can do in another world. You have to have him do something with the... I don't know. I haven't done that in a while. Basically, you only really do it if you do the Nikki escort route. So, more Sprig time, because we're going to Earth Dragon Isle next, so that's where we'll go. But now that we got Carnivore out of that, well, let me actually set the Carnivore that we got on Radius, because he'll be able to use it effectively now, just like the Earthquake that we got. Let's remove these for now, because I won't need those. I don't know what I'm going to use in that section just yet. I'm not even sure if we need anything there just yet. We'll see. I really don't need anything in this slot, honestly, so... I think we'll just remove them, because the next fight that we're going to do, it's probably better to just have some traps than it is to have any actual attacking moves. I'll explain it once we do it, because the next fight that we're going to do is actually a boss fight to get us the 23rd star level, so... Alright, but we got a Carnivore for him, so there you go. We got a Carnivore for you, so you can do some multi-target. We got an Earthquake for Norris to go with his Sun Shower, so he can do some multi-target. And we need to get Sprig. Let's see, one more thing there. One thing at Mount Pyre we can go get. And maybe I'll go get it before we go, but we can't... Basically, because I want to get the thing from Mount Pyre and a thing from the Isle of the Damned, we can't actually get all of Sprig's stuff until after we're done with Marble anyway. So, it might not even be worth it to have her, or rather to have, it might just not be worth it to have all that stuff, like to go to Mount, that's what I'm looking for, there we go. It might be even worth Sorry, my mouth doesn't work today. My hand doesn't work because my writing in the lab was crappy looking and now my mouth doesn't work. It might not be worth it to go to Mount Pyre yet, there we go, because I can't get all of Sprig's stuff anyway until after we go to Marble, so it might be better to not do that. I think Water Dragon Isle is still the same as it was, so we're not going to go there. We can go to Guldove. We might as well go to Guldove while we're here. We can go to Sky Dragon Isle as well, but as far as I know, there's nothing to do there just yet. I guess I can check. We'll see. Oh, sorry to hear that, man. That's the spirit. Let's see what you can do. Probably nothing that I particularly care about, but I guess I can check and see if there's anything that I would want to disassemble. I guess the Ferris gun I could disassemble for some screws would really be the only thing that I need. I don't know if I need that badly, though. It's too bad this mail doesn't disassemble into some fur, but, you know, it is what it is. I do want to disassemble this, though. We'll get a little extra mithril and a shiny leaf, so there we go. That'll disassemble into 2 fur, okay. Keep that in mind. Not really anything I need to do just yet, but there you go. And let's sell... yeah, I'll sell the Ferris gun. It's not really worth anything to me otherwise, so... Yeah, here's the Great Hammer that I was talking about. So Zappa's got that equipped, and it's worth 1470, which is worth more than the silver equipment, so that probably means it's at least a higher level in terms of its, whatchamacallit, in terms of its, excuse me, in terms of its damage output. So I don't know about its accuracy. I don't think that he has particularly good accuracy, but you know, there you go. And here, nothing to sell here. Is there anything I want to forge while I'm thinking about it? I could forge a mithril glove, actually. I'm thinking about bringing in another party member shortly, but we can't really... Well, I don't want to go get them until after we go to Marble. So I think I'll wait to do that, actually. You keep doing your best, then. I'll come back later. But yeah, let's go to the element shop first and foremost, because I think that's the more important thing to go check out while we're here. We could always wander around town and check in with the townspeople, but it's okay. I'm sure they have interesting things to say, but nothing I particularly care about. I think there's one treasure here as well, but it's like a tablet or something ridiculous like that, so... Well, let's see what you've got, then. They do have rare and interesting elements, as she said. They actually have the highest level consumable healing item in the game as well, Nostrums. So these will heal for 200 HP, rather than the 100 you'll get out of capsules and the 50 that you'll get out of tablets. So that's not bad. It might be worth it for me to pick up a few of these just to have, like, maybe 15. It's only 900, so that's not bad. They sell Panaceas as well, but more importantly, they also sell Purifies, which I'm going to grab for a few people. How many people? Let me look at my list. Let's see. 1, 2 per person. So I need 6 of these. There we go. They sell recoveralls here as well, and then there's some interesting higher level magic as well. So we got the 99 spell, which is kind of similar to Eagle Eye, except instead of setting your accuracy, just increasing your accuracy, it just sets your hit percentage for all basic attacks. Excuse me, level 1, 2, and 3, as far as I'm aware, to 99%. So, and that lasts about as long as Eagle Eye does, so you don't have to worry about missing anything. Well, you can still miss, but it's very rare. So that's that one. We don't have a red innate to use it, but I might grab one just for the hell of it. We've got Infoscope, which is Libra, basically. It lets you know the opponent... Well, it's not even Libra. It's more like the... What is that? The check spell that the blue mages get in Final Fantasy V. It just lets you see what the opponent's HP is. So, I mean, I guess it can be useful in certain situations, but a level 6 spell for that seems like... That seems like not that great, honestly. That being said, the only other level 6 green innate exclusive spell that's available in the game is not available till the final dungeon, so I might pick this up just for the hell of it, but it's not really all that worth it. Then there's Phys Negate and Mag Negate. So Physical Negate prevents physical attacks from happening on you. Magical Negate prevents magical attacks from happening on you. You still need to be yellow or white innate to use them, but we do have a yellow innate that can actually use this one, so we can grab that. Eventually, we'll want to maybe pick up a magical negate as well, but you can buy some other stuff here, including Diminish and Magnify if you didn't get them before. You can also get Seal All. It's black innate exclusive, and it prevents everyone from using elements. It does not prevent enemies from using non-elemental attacks, so physical attacks that they use and any elemental attacks that are not considered element spells, they cannot use. They can still use those even with Seal All on. So like if a boss has an exclusive attack or something like that, or if you're using a Sprig attack on a doppelgang monster that's exclusive to that monster, you can still use it under Seal All. So generally speaking, it's more expensive than Diminish, but it's actually less effective than Diminish because it's selective in what it allows you to prevent. So, and then there's Revenge, which is, as far as I'm aware, the first instance of the Stamp spell. Maybe not, because I think actually in Final Fantasy VI there was Reflect ? It's a lore that you can learn, and I think that shifts your status ailments. No, it's not Reflect ? It's Rippler, right? And it basically takes your status ailments that you have on you and it puts them on the enemy. Now in 6, I believe it's also your stat buffs, and in this game it's just your status ailments. So like if you have poison or confuse or any of that sort of stuff, you can use Revenge. But only if you're a black innate character. You can use Revenge and you can put those on the enemy as well. So I don't really think it's that useful. Status ailments are only selectively an issue in the game, and I wouldn't... Usually if you want to stamp an enemy with your status effects, they're usually like a boss or something, and they're mostly immune to that stuff, so I wouldn't bother with that. So we bought Nostrums, we bought Purifies. I'm going to get 99, but not yet. I don't think we need it just yet. No, I'll equip the Phys Negate that we have, though, for Norris, since he's got exactly one level 6 slot, if I was looking at that correctly. So let's have a look. Let's see. 3, 4, 5. Yep. And 6 right here. So do that, and then go down to Fizz Negate. We can just leave that there forever. And then let's remove this for now, because I actually don't need that for anything for a little bit. Scroll up in my notes. Alright. So, Earth Dragon Isle, and then Hermit's Hideaway, and then I think we'll move on. But I think other than that, is there anything else I want to do now? You know, it might be worth it actually to take that Carnivore off of Radius and give it to Sprig for a minute. Because the next area we're going to is Earth Dragon Isle, and that is yellow innate enemies. So having green innate elements on would actually be more worth it than, well, yeah, especially more worth it than the yellow innate ones that we've got right now, because those would do resisted damage. Now, the way that Sprig works is that you actually have to have her kill the enemy while she's still in Sprig form. She can't kill the enemy while doppelganged and get their doppelgang. She has to be a Sprig in order to knock the enemy out and get their doppelgang. So make sure you don't transform her until you've gotten the enemy that you want doppelganged killed first. Once you do that, then you can transform. And that will come in handy for us in just a moment, because we're going to head out now from Goldo. Not really much to buy. I guess we got Purifies and Nostrums, but, you know, there you go. Actually, as a matter of fact, while I'm thinking about that, let's equip those Purifies as well. So we can stick those here. Okay, there we go. So stick, oops, there we go. Stick that there for now, and then I think I want one on level 3 as well eventually, but we don't have the room for it just yet. I should probably go buy a couple more Bush Bashers as well while I'm thinking about it, but that's okay. We'll worry about that later. Because we have room for them, but we don't have enough of them. So, and then I can stick an Arrow Blaster here. Go. I wonder, did the shop here? No, the shop here didn't have any Bush Bashers, but that's okay. We don't really need them that badly. We're only going to be fighting like one thing when we're inside of Earth Dragon Isle. Just one thing is all we need to fight, because any one of the 3 enemies that you can encounter on your way into Earth Dragon Isle's little section that you can go to right now, any one of those 3 is good as a doppelgang for Sprig, so we'll just see which ones we can get. I'm going to try going to Sky Dragon Isle. I don't think there's anything interesting here right now, because we don't have... There's, like I said, a side quest involved with this place and the El Nido Triangle. So, but I don't think there's anything in particular here that is worth our while for now, so. You know, maybe I will go to Mount Pyre just to get the other enemy that we need to get. There's actually some treasure that wouldn't be bad for us to get there right now either, but I think most of the good stuff is blocked off by like a volcanic lava rock, and it doesn't get taken out for a little bit yet. I think it goes away eventually, but not yet, so. Yeah, that's usually how it goes. When someone tells you not to go someplace, you must then go to that place. So, Star Fragment, huh? Well, that's fair. You don't want your life being taken. It's much better for it to steal something valuable than steal the most valuable thing of all, your life. So, the ancient Dragonites? What about the ancient Dratinis and Dragonaires? There's a joke you probably won't hear from H.C. Bailey. He wouldn't know about that. Fair question. Let's ask the guy that's right here. Really? Oh, okay. Fair enough. So what's this then? It's empty. Okay. Did it close back up? Yes, it did. Okay. Well, basically, if you open that up with a star fragment in your inventory, the giant monster will attack you, but we don't have a star fragment yet, so before we can do anything with that, we have to go to the El Nido Triangle. That is, I mentioned it was a side quest, but actually, as far as I'm aware, it's required to beat the game in order to do this part, so you don't have to do it just yet. You don't have to do it for quite a while, honestly, but yeah, no, it's something that you'll have to do in order to beat the game, if I remember correctly, so. But for now, we don't have to worry about it, so let's keep exploring. I'm going to go back to Termina, actually. I'm going to go buy a couple more Bush Bashers while I'm thinking about it. Don't know how many more I need. I'll probably just get up to like 6. So we've got 1 equipped. I'll just buy 5 more. Because why not? And then, like I said, we'll go to Earth Dragon Isle. We got to go to Hermit's Hideaway as well. And then, like I said, maybe I'll go to Mount Pyre, because it's not a bad idea to get all the way through Mount Pyre, for the same reason as it was a good idea to do it before, where you can, then you can go to Fort Dragonia, and you can just go straight through Mount Pyre. You don't have to go into Mount Pyre's actual, like, dungeon area to get to Fort Dragonia if you want to. And you don't, like I said, you don't have to go to Mount Pyre yet. You don't have to go to Fort Dragonia yet. There's a bunch of really good stuff that you can get if you go there that you wouldn't have access to otherwise. But you don't have to go there just yet. It's not really... The game never directs you to do it. It's just kind of something that I'm doing because, yeah, you know, why not? You have room for that purifier that I got, right? Yeah. Okay, so let's stick that there for now. And then we'll go look at what Radius has room for, I think, as well. Put another Bush Basher here. You've already got your Arrow Blaster there. So, down to Radius. There we go. And you should, yeah, I was going to say, have plenty of room for this Purify because you've got Surge's Grid as it is. So, there we go. Yeah, I figure if we get most of Sprig's stuff done now, it would probably be good because then Radius can kind of pop back in and do the important stuff, you know, the story beats that he's involved with. So. Alright, so Earth Dragon Isle next. There's a ship over here. It is the SS Zelbes, but we don't need to go there just yet. Let's dock here instead. I guess I'll save while I'm out here. We don't need to trap anything from these guys, but I'll just save just in case I mess something up with Sprig. Not that that would really happen, because we need to mess up multiple times because there's a bunch of enemies in here. So, and they're all pretty strong at the moment. They can actually drop, I think it's rare, but they can actually drop a material that you can't even use for smithing yet. So if you want to, you can do that. But if you need a bunch of it, you can always just go to Fort Dragonia to grab a bunch of it. So nothing but sand everywhere. I wonder. We'll go see what the Marble team is up to pretty soon, but for now, let's just head up here and we'll see what we've got going on. Oh, man, it's hot. Boy, do I get that. Not even at a desert, and it's still way too hot here. And humid. I mean, I guess. Yeah, I was gonna say, I guess I could come here to see the Earth Dragon, but if the Earth Dragon isn't here, then I don't think there's anything to see. No. Quicksand, you say? Well, I'm the adventurous type. I'll prove it to you. Let's go run into the quicksand like a maniac. That's okay. I'm black innate now, so I don't mind never seeing the light of day again. And they died. The end. No, not really. As we saw previously, there's actually some space down here that you can go to. We saw that in the other world. I'll go this way, because I think there's one treasure here, but there's also an enemy right here. So that'll give us a pretty easy access to potentially 2 or 3 enemies right here. So for Sprig to go blasting. Looks like it's just one Fossicker. So, is it just the one Fossicker? And a bomber. We don't want to deal with them right now. Let's run away and see if we can get some greater variety. Fossickers will throw their bombers at you. I don't remember if you can light their bombs up while they're in their packs or not. Maybe. That'd be kind of funny, actually, because then it would blow up the Fossicker. But, well, Like I said, I'd like to get... The Fossicker itself is fine for what I'd like to use it for, but I'd like to try to get a little variety. There's one other enemy that I wouldn't mind encountering with it. So, bombs away! So yeah, there's the bomb that I was talking about. And I believe if you attack it, it will start to light itself up, and then it will eventually explode. So, now that obviously will kill the bomber, but at the same time, it'll hurt you for quite a bit of damage, so you gotta be a little careful of that. Alright, one more try, and then we'll just go with what we've got. See if Sprig can just take him out. Okay, I mean, if that's all you want to give me, game. I was kind of hoping to get... There's another enemy around here called Rock Roach that you can get. I was kind of hoping to get that one, but no, it is what it is. Do a little damage. Bombs away. The one thing I don't know is whether or not if you leave the battle after fighting off this Fossicker, if you still... oh wow, that erased my... whatchamacallit. Alright, well... If you still get the doppelgang, if Sprig is the one to kill it, so I'm not sure about that. And I guess just do that then, since we didn't quite get there. Just have Norris. We can actually just straight up ignore the bomber for right now, so... And just do that, I guess. Sprig's got all the stamina back, so let's go back to her. Yeah, these guys have got a decent chunk of HP. They've got, like, I think about 600, if I remember correctly. So, oops, sorry, I just bumped the pop filter. When they just jump at you like that, as far as I know, that doesn't do anything. We haven't lit their fuse yet, so they're basically, like, running directly in front of you, like, hey, attack me, light me up. Anybody got a lighter? Something like that. Anyway, have a sonic boom, friend. Nice, almost done. Okay, so now all we gotta do is wait for Sprig to get her turn back. So let's just defend. And let Sprig... Oh, she's got 3 stamina. She might be able to do it from here, but we'll just have her defend. There we go. Alright, now we're all back at 7 stamina, so now Sprig can just finish him off with whatever. There we go. So we have Fossicker available now for Sprig's doppelgang list. I don't know if it'll stay now, though. So, like, in terms of whether or not we can actually just... like, whether or not we can just run away from this bomber and still get it, I'm not sure. I'm gonna look it up real quick, hold on. I know I've been doing a lot of, like, researching stuff. In terms of, like... I don't know this, let me look it up, but... 650 HP. The bomber will have to be attacked a set number of times in order to force it to activate its bomb technique and end the battle. This makes bombers fairly dangerous, as they are practically impossible to defeat by normal means. However, if the Fossicker is the only foe present in the field, its pot may be attacked before it uses the bombs away technique. Yeah, so like I said, that's probably the best way to do it, is to attack the pot before you do this. So I'm just going to try running away. I don't even really need the Fossicker all that badly, and it's not the one that I wanted out of this anyway, but I can check the doppelgang list in the next fight that we get into, and we'll be able to see if we got what we needed out of this. So. No spoils, but that's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Oh, he's still here. Okay. Now we can check the list, and we can fight him again and potentially get the enemy out of it. Maybe I'll just attack his little pouch first this time, so he just blows up. So let's try that. Sprig, why don't you yeah, attack that real quick. All right, now the question is, when will it blow up? While it's in his pocket, I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find out right now. Alright, now if he takes it out and it's already... No, okay. I was going to say, it's already lit. Maybe it'll let him do that. Alright, so I'm just getting annoyed at this guy at this point, so I'm going to see if I can go further down and find something that isn't a Fossicker to fight, because, again, it's not the enemy that I wanted to fight. Oh, you know, I didn't check the Doppelgang list. I should have done that while I was here, but... The item in this chest I don't think is anything good, but I'm not even sure if I can get past him to find out. No, I can't. Okay, well, that's fine. We'll just drop down this way. Like I said, I don't even care what's in the chest here. I'm just kind of trying to grab one particular enemy. I'm being picky, and you don't have to be. But that's what I am being right now. So there's another Fossicker, and then there's this. Yeah, I was going to say, it doesn't look like it's moving anytime soon. I mean, I can try. It weighs a ton! No, probably not. Okay, fair enough. So yeah, that's your cue to get out of here, so that's what we'll do. But first, let's see if this Fossicker is being more generous with his enemy companions. Nope. Alright. Up we go then. Oh, before I go, let me check the Doppelgang list and see if I got him real quick. Alright. Doppelgang. Fossicker. Yeah, he's there, so... We don't actually need to... Apparently we don't actually need to kill the bomber or just, you know, let it be there. As long as Sprig killed it, even if you run away, you still get it. So it's kind of like a trap, basically. Fair enough. Like I said, I would have liked something else, but Fossicker will do, so... Actually, the enemy that I would have liked to have had is the guy that's blocking the passage there, but you can't fight it right now, so... Excuse me, I won't bother. Anyway, to get out of here, you just go in this hole, like we did previously, in the other world, and this will shoot you back up to the surface. Here! Thankfully, this time our knees are not broken when we get out of here, so probably because the cutscene saved us from having broken knees, or getting the sprain status, rather. Yeah, no, we're good. There's actually a way out down there. You just go in through the quicksand, yeah, and then you leave through the sand boil. Well, probably because you didn't want to die in quicksand. I mean, adventurers probably... That's probably a hell of a way for an adventurer to go, so... Thanks. Okay. Sure, why not? So basically, this is just to kind of tell you, hey, so there is something there for you to do, but you can't do it until they move that big guy that was in the way. So, since we can't do anything with that, we can come back later. And by later, I mean after we go to the Dead Sea. So, but that's one more thing chalked up for Sprig now, so that's good. Alright, next stop, the Hermit's Hideaway, then Mount Pyre to grab the last thing that I need for Sprig for right now. And then after that, we can go from there. Oh, by the way, this is, as far as I'm aware, up here. We can't go any further out there, but I believe out that way is the way up towards Por. So, as you can see, the one-way current that's there is preventing anybody from actually leaving. So, not exactly easy to get out of this place once you're in it. So, there you go. But yeah, the Hermit's Hideaway is also available here. And it's not on fire like it was in the previous world, so we can actually go inside and grab a couple of good treasures. Not great treasures, but good treasures. So here's a resistance ring. And then up here is, there it is, an Energizer suit. So the Energizer suit will restore your HP at regular intervals every time you get back your stamina in battle. Like, once you get back to 7 stamina. So, like, if you go... Lynx has the Energizer suit, you go Lynx's turn, Sprig's turn, Norris's turn. When it wraps back around to Lynx's turn, he'll get some HP back. So, it's not incredible, though. It's like maybe 10% of your maximum HP. So, it's not a bad regen, but it's probably not the best by any means. And the armor itself, as far as I'm aware, is not particularly good either. But let's take a look. It does, however, disassemble into a shiny salt, so that's not bad, all things considered. Let's see, 40, 22, yeah, 38, 19. So it's probably about as good as like a... That might be iron level, but yeah, not really anything to trip my trigger. So, like I said, though, we can dismantle it into a shiny salt, so that's probably what I'm going to do with it shortly. Alright, last things last, let's head up to Mount Pyre, and we'll just go through it. We won't go to Fort Dragonia just yet. But let me dismantle that before I forget to do it, just while I'm thinking about it. Take the Energizer suit. As you can see, it dismantles into a few things, including 4 feathers, which we actually only had 6 of, so it's probably worth doing that anyway. But the shiny salt is what we really want out of it, because shiny salts and shiny soot are the harder of the shiny materials to get, because there are field spells later on in the game for the 4 color elements, but black and white element don't get their own field spells. There's no white field and no black field. So it's harder to use those to summon later on in the game. Whereas with the other ones, it's like, okay, just use a field spell and then summon, and that's the easiest way to do it. Not that you really need to do that too much, because you can just use 3 turn spells and then summon, but you know, just in case you don't want to do that, or if it's, you know, the enemies keep interrupting you, that sort of a thing, so. Alright, so let's save again. Going to Mount Pyre, I believe the second screen is where the enemies are that I care about here. And then there, like I said, is some treasure, but we can't get it just yet, so. That being said, going into a volcano, I don't want to hot-foot it in here unless I'm particularly cool, so let me turn my air conditioner on. I'll be right back. Okay, that is AC going in the background, so that'll help a little bit. While we're here, probably worth it to equip Aqua Balls and Ice Blasts, because we should have a few of those. I think I had a few anyway. So let's do that and that. And other than that, I think we're good there. For you, probably just 2 Ice Blasts would be best, honestly, if I have enough room for them. I should have enough room for them, yeah, because then I can give the other Ice Blast to Norris, so. And I could always turn blue as well, so that way we can do some extra damage. Might as well do that while I'm thinking about it. And then take this, Aqua Ball. And there we go. Alright, so with that, let's hot-foot it in. And just like previously, you can use the Ice Breath to freeze the volcanic lava. It must not be very much lava by volume if you can freeze it with Ice Breath, but I don't know. Okay, we didn't take any damage here yet. The hot doggities that are here in Homeworld are another source of a summon that you can get, but again, we don't have level 7 element slots yet on any of our grids, so we can't actually do anything with that because the trap is explicitly at level 7, so you can't do anything if you don't have that. However, this guy is the one that I'm looking for Sprig. So let's get him. Alright, so we have Torminator. He's a pretty strong red innate monster, and I'm going to try to have Sprig kill him so that way she can have him for the doppelgang list. Charge! Figures he's gonna go ride Borsky on me here. Oh my god. The damage! It's too much! We'll deal with it, that's fine. Alright, so I could Fizz Negate, probably, although I don't know how much of an effect that would actually have on him, to be honest. But let's give Link's turn blue, so that way he can blast this guy a little bit with some physical attacks, and then we can go from there. There we are. And now for Sprig, we already made it so that the field is not fully red, so that's good. I guess I'll just have you cast Ice Blast once he's done smashing me for repeated amounts of damage. But yeah, like I said, with Sprig, you can't be doppelganged with her if you want to have her if you want her to add the enemy to the doppelgang list, she has to be herself. She can't be anybody else, so. Not slumped yet? Nope, okay. Now you're slumped. Good. Sprig, you're up. Let's finish this. Hopefully. Ow. Ow. Maybe finish it quickly so that he doesn't just poke us to death before we get this all done with. have an Ice Blast +2. There it is. Alright, so we added that to Sprig's Doppelgang list as well. A little bit of a hard-fought battle, but to be fair, you're not supposed to be here right now, so that's probably part of it. So, but we can heal up, so that's fine. They'll drop Mithril. I think you could also rarely get a material out of those guys that I was talking about before that you can't actually smith anything with yet, so. But you can slip right past those guys after you get the Torminator, and that's what I want to do because, like I said, can't get a mini level here, so I don't really have any particular reason to fight these guys, like, you know, more than I have to. So might as well. If you were to go to the right, back on that screen, there was like a fork in the road. If you were to go to the right, that would lead to the section of the map where there's no hole there right now, but eventually there will be a hole there, and that'll allow us to get down into the area where we saw that big fire dragon-looking lizard thing back in Another World's Mount Pyre. We can go down there in this version as well, and we can do something with that, but can't go there just yet. That chest had a denaturite in it. I don't know if that's how you say it, but that's how I'm going to say it, denaturite. So, denaturite is the material that I was talking about that you can't do anything with just yet because there's no smiths that can use denaturite. At least not yet. We'll be able to do something with it soon, but not yet. Do I want to Fizz-negate or do I want to turn blue? I think I want to turn blue. Fizz-negate is... Really, regular physical attacks are never something that I'm particularly concerned about, but I guess I should be, considering the Torminator almost absolutely trashed Sprig last battle. I don't know. I guess it's fine. Lava Rush! You can stop now. Ow. Yeah, that's a little more manageable than the previous one. Let's see. We equipped Ice Blast right here, so let's use it. I don't need Lava Boy for Sprig's list of doppelgangs, but if she kills it, I'm not going to complain, so. Although I suppose I could just have her... Oh, okay, looks like the guy slumped over. I was going to say I could just have her... doppelgang into something else, but since she didn't get her level 5 until after, I don't think that's going to happen. Alright, and now, send him to the sun, Norris. I could use Aqua Ball as well, but... Sun Shower's just more fun. Well, the enemies here give some decent gold, so that's not bad. Ooh, an Inferno! I think that's a rare drop. So that's actually one of the treasure chests that we could get if we were able to go into that volcanic lava rock passage that is not open right now. So having that might not be a bad thing. Oh, I managed to slip past this guy. Just a mithril, so nothing particularly good. But thanks for letting me pass there, buddy. Yeah, that Inferno is... it's incentivizing, I'll say that. It might be worth it to go... Well, I was going to say worth it to go to Fort Dragonia now, but I don't think so, honestly. I think it will... We'll wait to go into Fort Dragonia until after I get done with the Isle of the Damned, basically, because that's when we'll have all the monsters for Sprig that I want. Then we can go back to the place we're going after Marble to use all of the doppelgangs that Sprig has for a mini-game that we can do later. And then once we've done all that, then we'll have a bunch of cool gear that we can equip and we can go from there. Those 3 chests down there are the ones that we could get. One of them is an Inferno. I don't remember what the other ones are, but yeah, you can grab those if you make it through the volcanic lava rock passage that we can't go through right now. But there's also a hot doggity right at the, I was going to say north entrance, but west entrance to Mount Pyre now, so if we need that for a summon, we can do that. Here's Fort Dragonia and Homeworld. Can go there. There's a whole bunch of good items that you can grab there. Some level 6 elements that you can grab of particular colors. I forget what else. I think there's a bunch of denaturite as well. So you can get a head start on that. But nothing that I particularly care about for right now. I think that's it. I don't think there's anything else. Isle of the Damned we don't want to go to just yet because that's the next destination after this. What else? Anything here yet? No, apparently not. Here's the El Nido Triangle. It's glowing this time. It wasn't glowing previously. So maybe that's something to think about. But, well, for now, let's just head to Marble. And we'll go from there. Alright, so Sprig, we will tag you out of the party for now. And then bring Radius back in. And go from there. Alright, now. Let's get ourselves equipped for a potential fight here. And by potential fight, what I actually mean is, well, probably not super clear what I would mean by that, but I don't need Meteor Shower. What I really do need, really, is to, really twice, is I need to equip some traps, basically, because there's a bunch of, like I said, the next fight that we're going to do is a boss fight. And that boss fight has some level 5 elements for us to trap, like Holy Light, Free Fall, Carnivore. Thunderstorm is actually trappable in that fight rather than Earthquake, but we can get more Earthquakes later if we so choose. Deluge is also trappable, and so is Inferno. So all of those can be trapped, and I might just try to trap as many of them as possible, because basically what you can do is you can trap as many of them as possible. So basically I might just use Diminish, then try to trap them, and then we can run away from the fight, so that way we can keep the trapped elements and reset the fight. So that's what I think I'm going to do. We don't need to use all 6 of these free fall traps that I got, though. I'm going to use one of them in the fight because you can trap a free fall element. I actually don't know if you can trap more than one element in one fight. I'm going to try it, but I'm not sure if you can, so we'll see. But basically, we can trap a Holy Light, so let's put a Holy Light there. I might stick an element here, like a Photon Beam, just so that way I can set them up to use those. And then Diminish, we'll just keep that in mind as well. Maybe something here as well. Graviton? Yeah, I could set a Graviton there, I guess. And then, see, you don't have a slot for that, so I could actually stick, instead of that, I could stick Electrovolt here. And then you can stick the Thunderstorm trap here. So we can grab that. Okay, so we got you. You've got white and yellow. We don't need any turn elements for this one, at least not yet. Well, I guess I could equip it, but I don't remember what this guy's element is. I guess I'll find out, and then I'll equip the turn element that would be appropriate. So, let's see. You've got 2 slots open at level 5, so let's give you some stuff there. Let's see. Put a Free Fall there. Put another Carnivore there. Can't trap a Tornado for right now, but, you know, there it is. Oh, you equip 5 Free Falls at a time. Okay, that's fine. And then we do a Graviton here. And a Carnivore, so Aeroblaster here. Alright, so that's those. Now all we've got left is red and blue, I believe. So, we don't need those. Take those off for right now. So you've already got a blue there, so that's good. We'll stick a Magma Burst here. And then I'll just take your Earthquake off for now. We'll give it back to you. But for now, we'll take it off. Stick Deluge. We'll stick Inferno. And we'll see what we can trap. Alright, but I think that's it. Those are the ones that you can trap for right now. So there you go. Let me get Sprig's stuff off of her as well, when I think about it. Because these wouldn't be bad to just have around, for one thing. And for another thing, I need to grab the Sight Scope from her, because she isn't going to need that for right now, or the Silver Loop, rather. So, the Resistance Ring, I didn't really talk about that. It increases your status resistance by 1, just like how the Stamina Ring increases your stamina recovery by 1. So, like, if you go to the status menu, you'll see, it should say it in here, I think. Okay, it doesn't actually say it in here, but every character has a hidden status recovery stat, similar to the stamina recovery stat. Now, all of the ones we have in the party right now have a status recovery of 10 or better. I think Radius, if I remember correctly, has either an 11 or a 12, so he'll heal from status ailments pretty quickly. Norris, I think, has an 11, so same thing. And then I think Lynx or Surge has 10. Excuse me. But some characters have less than 10, and usually what I like to do is if they have less than 10 stamina recovery, I'll give them the stamina ring. And if they have less than 10 status recovery, I'll give them the resistance ring. And then they're upgraded versions later once we gain access to them, but we don't have access to those for right now, so until we do, we won't worry about that. Let me erase the stuff from my notes real quick before we go into Marble. Hold on. Just so I don't get myself confused later as to what I have and haven't done. Alright, into Marble. Let's see what we can find out about getting into the Dead Sea from the ghosts here? Ghost Lagunates. I can't do anything with them for right now. Oh, hey, I know you, I think. Aren't you with Toma? Is this Toma? Yes. The Great Explorer, even. Actually, I was gonna say, wondering what's going on here. Yeah, what's up with this village? Oh, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, because there's a lot of good elements in Marble and the other world, so I guess they just didn't colonize them. So, oh, that's no good. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Thanks. Just, stay the night in a ghost town. Sounds like a great idea. Really? Okay. A dragon god, huh? I mean, I've heard of other elemental dragons. I haven't heard of a dragon god yet. Yeah, that was the plan. Death's Door. Yeah, so apparently our next destination is the SS Zelbes because all the demi-humans are there that were in Marble. And we can ask the sage that, the sage of Marble, who we've seen in another world already. We can ask him how to get into the Dead Sea, so. Yeah, what's up with these weird ghost monster things? The Black Nightmare. What makes you think that? Yeah, you're just spitballing. Alright, fair enough. So yeah, there's a bunch of ghostly Lagunates all over the village for whatever reason. I don't know what that's all about just yet, but maybe we'll be able to do something about them later. For now, it's just a matter of, going to the Zelbas. But before we go to the Zelbas, let's have a rest. We've done a lot so far today already, so let's just rest up and then we'll see what we can do tomorrow. Because why not? Stay in a ghost town. Voices outside. Oh boy, I'm gonna regret this, but let's go check it out. Well, the ghosts are gone. That's unexpected. I'd expect them to stick around during the day. Hello? Oh. Okay, bye. Well, Toma, I saw a mermaid. I think. Surprised she left? What do you mean? I think so. With not this one, huh? Oh, okay. So maybe she sang about this grudge. Yeah, that's the plan. Oh, okay, so the SS Invincible was Fargo's ship in the previous area in another world, but in this world, the SS Zelbes is Captain Fargo's ship. I'll try to keep an eye on him. Thanks, Toma. He's a crafty one, this Fargo. I don't know why that reminded me of the free fall traps that I've got on, but don't worry too much about the fact that we have 5 on. I'm not going to use all 5 in the boss fight that we're doing shortly. But in the dungeon that comes after the SS Zelbest, there are enemies that can use free fall, so you can trap them, and then just from every fight with them, you can get a free fall. So, hello, can I help you? Oh, you're that mermaid. Why does every other vowel in your sentences have a... Oh god, what is that accent called? I don't remember. It's not an accent aigu. That's one of the slashes. Accent grave is the other one. Actually, I'm not even sure if that exists in French. It might be more of a, like a Eastern, Central or Eastern European thing. Yeah, I don't know why that's there, but... Okay, sure, why not? Well, it was a mermaid radius. I mean, I thought you saw it last time. Oh yeah, that's right, you were sleeping. Never mind. So the mermaid will go with you, but she's not in your party. She's just kind of hanging out. So, do I want to save before we go? Yeah, I'm going to save before we go, actually, because once you go aboard the Zelbest, there's not really much of a save point, because it's kind of, you're just on the ship, you know, so. So let's save right now, because why not? Alright, off to the SS Zelbest. There's the Dead Sea there, like I said before. Can't go there just yet. Take the one-way trip off to the cruise ship. Is this where the funky, not funky music, but the, like, happier-go-luckier music is? Hang on. Yep. Yep, sorry, can't hear it over my air conditioning, but yeah. This theme always sticks in my head for some reason. I'm not really sure why. It's just kind of there. But yeah, apparently, because Fargo's doesn't have anything better to do in this world, he's turned the Zelbest into... Well, it was the Invincible, but it's the Zelbest now. He's turned it into some kind of a casino, or like a... Okay, a magical... No, that's Nikki's ship, the Magical Dreamer's ship over there. But he's turned it into basically a casino, or a spa, a day spa for people. You're a loser. Yes, of course I do. Wow. Oh, okay. How did he get into an... Well, I guess I know how he got into this place, but how did he get out? I think we can go up to Nikki's ship from here, right? Can we? Is there nobody behind the counter right now? No, there's nobody behind the counter. Alright, fair enough. I'm gonna climb up to this part, I guess. Oh, okay, fair enough. Not even cats are allowed up here. That seems awfully specific. Are you being racist? No, he's talking about actual cats, so. Yeah, weird ghost things. Yeah, they're just saying that because they have nowhere else to go, man. Come on now. It's practically indentured servitude, I tells ya. Now, where was the entrance to get down from here? Is it here? Yeah, here it is. Okay. We have found our way down. There are a lot of cats on this ship. It's not a wonder Serge has access to all those feral cats. This is probably where he's getting a lot of them from. Oh, that's fine. Well, it's not fine, but... Let's just have a chat with a few people, see what we can glean. I mean, we can go see Nikki at some point, but... quite honestly, no. I'm not saying it just to please you. I barely even know the guy. So... Nice to meet you. I think we actually met Mickey in the other world, or Miki. So, I'm gonna say Mickey. Because I say Nikki, so. Well, yeah, I mean, that makes sense. They just dress her up like that because they want them to, you know, people to ogle her. It's part of the show! An objectifying part of the show, but part of the show nonetheless. Okay, kitchen, do not enter. Got it. Yeah, I don't remember exactly where I'm going in here. I'll be completely honest, so... A roulette wheel, huh? I mean, I guess, but that still sounds like gambler's fallacy. Hmm. None of these guys seem to be having any luck. What am I playing exactly? Roulette wheel? Compass roulette. So, there's a compass in the corner of the screen. You stop it when you press the X button, and it'll stop. If the pointer stops on north, you get double points. So it stopped on north last time. This is a tutorial, though, so like it's stopping on these specifically. I think there's a trick to doing it as well, but I don't remember what the trick is. So you get 50 points if it stops on east. So sometimes that's more worth it than the other way. So stops on west, you lose 50 points. And I think if it stops on south, you lose all of your points, if I remember correctly. But let's find out. Yeah. Yep. Yep, I get it. Sudden death roll, huh? Okay. Well, I don't think I'm going to play for right now. I don't really have anything to gamble away at the moment, but I'll come back. Maybe. Wonder if this is the captain's room. Yep. Oh, hey, there's that mermaid that we were talking to a minute ago. Well, once you hit 40 until your hair starts graying, it's kind of hard to change. Oh. I see she isn't exactly holding her tongue. I wonder. I think she just means hope, but okay. Oh, wait. Hold on. Nikki and Marcy are related, A. B. Fargo's children. C. It depends on who this Zelbest person is, but if... So this mermaid, I'm going to butcher the hell out of her name, but I'm going to call her Irence. Because Siren Irence. I don't know if that makes sense. But Irence here, if she's related to Zelbest, or if Zelbest is just another mermaid, that means Fargo had children with the mermaid? How does that even work? Do I even want the answer to that question? Probably not. Well, is Lucia a... What would that even be called? An OBGYN, I guess? No, that's not right, because that's like after birth. A birth doctor? Because something tells me she's not. Yeah, but she can't sing it. So, who's got this special power? I guess these dream spirits are those weird ghost lagoonate things that they were showing us before. Why don't you want outsiders in Marble? Is it because you buried Zelbest there? Like, what makes you think that she would want that place to be a ghost town? Well, that's not very nice. I feel like we were interrupting something important. But let's see if we can interrupt something important by asking about this. I see that. Okay. Sure, thanks. I guess. Well, we've inadvertently gotten our answer. He's not going to let the sage go. So, don't know what to do about that part, but... I guess we'll figure that part out. I think if I remember correctly, this place is a little confusing to navigate around, though. So I guess we'll just try to find what we can. The Grand Slam, huh? Okay, so in order to get into the Grand Slam, we need Fargo's permission to get in there, so. But we can't get in there just yet. Oh, okay, sorry. You know, he looks an awful lot like the Marble Sage. I think I'm gonna let him through, though. Because I know this is required, so there's no way that he's gonna be able to, like, escape the ship or something. I guess so. But, yeah. I don't want to get rid of any little bit of hope that you have, but I'd rather be a realist with you. I don't know about something the humans did, but it's more like something that Fargo did. There these people go again with this whole scapegoating thing. Like, okay, so in order to get to the Sage, we need to get the captain's permission to get into the Grand Slam area. Got it. Uh-huh. Alright, well, I'll see if I can get the captain's permission. Stage performers only, please, no autographs. So we can't get in there. Because we're not a stage performer. And then there's whatever this is. So I guess we'll check this out, and then we'll go from there. The Sneff Family Show? Oh boy. Good question. Let's go find out. Oop. Sneff doesn't exactly sound like a family-friendly name. I mean, I guess the buck teeth might make him a prime candidate for a children's show, but more like a villain of a children's show. I don't mean to make fun of his buck teeth. It's just, that's just the look he's got going on. But he almost looks like that one vampire guy from Sword of Mana, except for that guy didn't have buck teeth either. I know, I'm harping on that now. I shouldn't be, but... I'm very good at my job of sucking your blood, making you disappear. Five! 3, sir. 3! Right, he can't say 3. Wow. He's pretty good. Unless she's a paid actor. Which is possible. Wow. Yeah, I guess he is pretty good. Oh my gosh. Stop T-posing, Jill. Didn't hurt one bit when you put that 300-pound band directly on top of my abdomen. Well, that guy seems to think he's a paid actor. She's a paid actor. But how do we know he's not a paid actor? How do we know he's not just doing this to make it seem like? Because they do that too. They'll put actors in the crowd if they're phonies. A cat. Oh boy. I'm just waiting to see the stage drop out from under him or something. Meow. That's what he thinks. Pretty good stuff. I get the feeling Jack's having a bit of an out-of-body experience at the moment. Alright, interesting. We're putting the pieces together here, but I don't know what that's all about. Seems like he's the real deal. Well, we'll keep that in mind. It's going to be kind of hard for him to turn me into a cat, though. That already kind of happened, so... Oh, well. Whoop, that's not what I wanted. What's in here? I think this is the last room that we have access to. And there's a save point in here. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Can we rest here? No. Okay. And there seems to be... Oh, okay, we can rest here. We just have to talk to this guy. I'm good, actually. Thanks. Now, do I want to save while I'm thinking about it? I guess it doesn't hurt to do that. We can still leave the ship if we want to right now, so it can't hurt to save while we're here, you know. Alright, but back up we go. We gotta talk to Captain and ask if we can get permission to go to the Grand Slam, so... Let's go see if we can do so. I get the feeling he's going to want to test our might first, though. Hey, so, Captain. Question for you. Yeah. More like we're out for glory. I was gonna say, all over the place, but Marble, too. Yeah. I was gonna say, maybe you shouldn't have, given up the ghosts literally just yet, Radius, but, you know. Anything we can do to change your mind, sir? Get you another smoke, perhaps? Okay. What do you mean by that? Yeah, I saw it. So all I gotta do is win at the roulette table? Oh, I got a bad feeling about this, but... Hey, what's life without a little risk, right? Let's do this. I get the feeling Norris would be like, wait, what do you mean? I just gave you that vote! I don't have more! But yeah, in order to continue with the plot, you actually have to go to the casino and bet him, so... That's what we'll go do. But definitely make sure that you save before you do this, because once you trigger the bet... Well, I got a bad feeling about this, but basically you'll know when... Which door was it that had that casino? That was Sneff. I think it's this door. Right? No, this is the storage room. Oh, no, you know what? It was underneath... When he said down below, I thought he meant the next deck down, but no, he actually just means right below his room, so... My bad. I'm forgetting basic directions at this point. I was just in here. Alright, well, here's the roulette wheel. And Sneff's here, too. I was gonna say, he did not make it this time, though. Sounds like he's, might be stuck here. Well, that's not... You can't just own people... Okay, I mean, I guess it's a medieval game, so I guess, technically speaking, you can own people, but that doesn't mean it's right. Oh, good lord. A private game with these folks, so shove off! Oh. Must be pretty confident if he's gonna clear all their debts. Hopefully he'll be that generous to me if we, lose this. You say that like he has any control over the wheel. That would be ridiculous, right? I mean, he is the captain of the ship, so... Okay. Right, I got that part. Just don't let the pointer stop on south. Okay. So now, if I remember correctly, you want to try to do this right as the red is just past south, I think. I don't know if I did that right. I didn't do that right. Well, there goes my ship. That was easy. Staples button. Sorry, Norris, I didn't mean to lose that so quickly, but I don't know. Something fishy about this table, and it sure as hell ain't cod. Now, I forget what we're supposed to go do next. What do you think, Kat? I don't know. Taste special marble mignon. Uh-huh. So what are you doing? Carving up the citizens of Marble into a steak? Yeah, I forget if you have to go talk to Fargo again at this point, or maybe you... Okay, not there. He won't let me in. Maybe I can talk to the deckhands. Maybe they'll be able to tell me something. I don't remember. Well, I'm stuck here with all of you now, so I don't know what I'm going to have to do to get fed, but... Maybe we have to go talk to Fargo again, but I'm going to try this first, because I think if I remember correctly, your next destination is to talk to Sneff. But I could be wrong about that. One way to find out. I hope we don't have to watch the whole show again. Knife show, huh? Well, that's not what I was hoping for here. Is there any way up onto the stage? Because then we could get in behind there. Doesn't look like it, unless I can go up here. No. Well, there's a hole there, but obviously it's too big for us. So I'm gonna go try talking to Fargo again. I can't believe they turned this ship into a puzzle. Seems ridiculous, but there it is. He's got a dog, too. Well, if we can't beat you, then forget it, I guess. What else are we gonna do? What should we do, pup? Maybe Sneff's back at the table. Maybe that's what it is. Hold on. Let's go see. Oh, there's people back at the table, but... no, I'm good. I lost, so we're not gonna do that. Okay, hold on. Hold the phone a moment, folks. I don't remember what I'm supposed to do here, so... Let's go have a look. Go back to Ye Old Faithful Shotgun Nova's FAQ. D26. Okay. Gotta go to the inn next, so I guess that makes sense, because, like, where else are we gonna go now? We can't leave, because the boat is not ours anymore, so... Guess we might as well go get some sleep before we try our luck again. I don't know. No, it's all good, but do you have a spot up there, or... Curious. The casino table. Yeah. Yeah, like I was saying. If only we could all become cats. And maybe a smaller cat in my case. Well, there's only one way to find out. Let's go watch the Sneff family show again. I think you can do it this time, because, yeah, I was going to say, I think he comes back out now. So. Sure, I guess I'll go. Why not? Now we'll all be turned into cats. Wow, he even managed to turn me into an actual cat. Fair enough. Now make a run for it! Before he can change us back! Wait, what are Salt and Pepper doing here? I mean, I guess they're not Salt and Pepper in this world, but... yeah, we can't get out this door. However, we can leave by going over here, so we can get off of the stage. Uh-oh. Yeah, I was gonna say, Sneff, you're not gonna do so well at picking us up. Should we take him back to the room? I guess we did. Somehow. Oh, okay. Ah, yeah, so, I was gonna say, I don't know if this connects here, 2 and 2 together or anything like that, but we've heard about, quote-unquote, an old troll, not really an old troll, she looks more like a goblin to me, but, and a berry. We saw that last episode. Sprig gave him the berry, and now he can transform people into cats, but he can only do it when he's not dying because his back gave out because he doesn't have good posture. So for now, we're stuck in cat form, but that's actually worth our while because now we can use that opportunity to wander around the ship as cats, and that is actually not bad for us because it means we can get into places that we're probably not supposed to get into just yet. Like this area over here. No, we can't actually go in where the Sage of Marble is as cats. Not that that would really help us in any way anyway, but... I mean, I am working, it's just not the kind of work that you're used to. So, yeah, let's just wander around the ship as cats for a little bit here. We saw that a cat tried to go up here, but I don't know if the guy is in here right now. He's not. Yeah? Well, only one way to find out, and that is to eavesdrop. So let's go eavesdrop, shall we? Now, what do you suppose that does? Ah, there's a magnet underneath the thing. So the way that it works, if you don't know how compasses work, the poles, it points to the poles because the compass tip that's red has a little magnet in it, so it points to magnetic north and south. So, but opposites attract when it comes to magnets. So, because the red is on the opposite side from the red, that means that if that guy turns that magnet, it will always go south no matter what. Which means Fargo is cheating. Thanks for not ratting us out, Sneff. But yeah, thankfully, because we're just cats, he doesn't think anything of it. Can I mess with the machine as a cat? I can take the handle from it. That's as good as anything. So yeah, you want to grab the handle because the guy can't operate the machine if you have the handle. So... don't worry about it. I don't want to implicate you with a crime that I've just committed. Can I go up a ladder? Yes, I can, in fact, go up a ladder as a cat. Cool. I don't know where I'm going to go with this knowledge, but I think there was another cat here. Yeah, we can talk to this one. We're new here. Yes, sir. Okay, cool. In the kitchen, huh? All right. Well, I'm glad it doesn't work that way in this game, at least. But yeah, so we can actually get into the kitchen, if I remember correctly. I think there's a passageway here somewhere. I don't remember where it is, though. Maybe it's not in this room. Maybe it's in the next room. Let's look. Yep. We can, in fact, get something out of the kitchen. Kitchen, do not enter. But there's a little cat size door next to it, so. Hi there. You're feeding people gook? I don't know what that is, but fair enough. We can get a silver fry pan from in here, but there aren't very many fry pan users available in this part of the game, so it's not really as useful as it could be. Oops. Try and talk to this cat. My bad. Hold on. Stop moving! There. Well, you know, I figured I'd just see who the boss is around here. Thanks. Must be Fargo in cat form. And for talking to this cat, we get the monster mouth frame. I will not, but thanks anyway. I think that's all the optional stuff, so now the next place we need to go is back to Sneff, because his back is no longer giving out. So all we gotta do is go back behind the, whatchamacallit, behind the stage, through the little cat door. I was gonna say little doggy door, but, well, we're not a dog right now. Poshel would have a fit if she saw me like this, though. Well, don't throw your back out doing it, and don't turn me into a horse or something, either. Do you have to go through the whole routine? Oh, fair enough. Alright. Let's not interrupt his concentration. If I break his flow state, I will be something other than a cat. I mean, I'm still a cat, but a larger cat that can stand on 2 legs. Nah, it's all good. I'll keep that in mind. Just make sure it's not that berry tea, because something tells me that wouldn't work out too well. Alright. This time, I'm ready for the casino game. Fargo, you can no longer cheat, so let's go try this again. 2 can play at that game, my friend. Oh, speaking of Nicky, his ship was over next to this one, but I get the feeling he's going to be pretty pissed at you about this marble thing. It's already dying, and there's no beauty to be found there, Fargo. I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but you need to stop catching the Lynx bug and just talking about random bullshit. You're not even... yeah, I was going to say, you're not even treating him like a son. You're treating him like a financial liability. What the hell, Fargo? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your talk. I wonder. Well, he was a pirate. Well, I don't know if he was a pirate in this world, but he is a pirate in the other world, so. Just because you're not as strong as everybody thinks you are, you should probably stop making excuses for everybody. It's the same as the scapegoating that all the demi-humans have done here. All you're doing is making yourself look bad. Incidentally, I'd also like to make you look bad. Challenge me again! Let's do this. I'm ready. Here, boy, take the handle and throw it over the side. No, we're gonna keep the evidence of his crime right here so that I can play the Phoenix Wright cornered music when he goes bust, inevitably. Alright, Fargo. Do I look like a chicken? I'm a cat person, not a chicken person. I would have said I'm a cat person, not a cock, but I don't know. Wah, wah, wah. That's just the way the roulette wheel rolls. What, this? Yeah. I wonder how this got here, this handle. Sweet, thanks, man. Now, is that implicit on the fact that I'm not going to tell everybody that you're cheating, or... Don't worry about it. He's definitely going to go fire that guy at the end. There's no way. But now that the roulette wheel is not fixed anymore, you can actually play for 100 gold and you have a chance to win. If you get up to 10,000 points, if I remember correctly, you can get a rainbow shell from this guy, but we don't need it. We only need a total of 10 rainbow shells, and there's like 22, well, 21 now that I failed to do the Termina Viper Churro side quest correctly. But there's like 22 available in the whole game, so... Normally, anyway. I wonder if he says anything new now that we have found him out. Alright, so we have his permission, so we can go to the Grand Slam. I'm just going to go have a chat with Sneff first, and I think I'm going to save as well, because we have a lot to do before we go to the Grand Slam, so save points down here at the inn. Let's go talk with Sneff as well, though, before we forget about that part. Because we can get in here now, even though it said no guests, autographs only. Maybe it's after we talk to the sage. Alright, fair enough. So, since that's the case, let's go save. And then we've got a whole bunch of traps, and I'm going to see if I can use the traps to good effect. Does this guy have anything new to say? No, he's gone. Okay. So we don't need to save, or not save, we don't need to rest here anymore, apparently. So I guess that's a thing. But we have our boat back now, so if you want to leave, you can just go on your boat and leave, so... Excuse me. Now, let me just make sure I know how this works. Okay. So basically the gist of... In case it isn't clear by the fact that I keep saying, well, we're about to get into a boss fight, the Sage of Marbul is going to want to fight us to test our mettle. So, the way that it works is you use an element on him, and then he'll use that element on you, a larger level version of that element. Eventually, it takes him a few turns to do it, but we'll see if we can get that to work with our traps. So, I think using a trap counts as an offensive element as well, so... welcome, I think is what it says, yeah. So down there is the Grand Slam. I don't think I'm going to go do that just yet, though. We'll go down there eventually. Oi, old man, wait up. I think you're supposed to follow him around, but if you just go in and out of this door a couple of times, I think he eventually ends up here, I think. Yeah, there you go. Just takes a couple of tries. Yeah, I see that. You're scrubbing all the floors. Well, I have a question for you, and I don't think you're going to like it. I know where the Dead Sea is, but I don't know how to get in. Well, yeah, I'm sure from here it seems that way. Well, maybe if we can get you off the ship, you won't have to worry about that part. I mean, nothing, but I'd like to talk it over if possible. Sure, but... Okay, so he actually doesn't fight you unless you explicitly say you'll use brute force on him. Well, since you're not going to tell me, I wonder if he'll still do it if I do this. Nope. Okay, so we do in fact have to go through the whole thing. Got it. Alright, fair enough. So now he'll do this again. Let's see what you've got, old man. Alright. So the gist of this fight, the Sage of Marbul will use elements if you use elements against him. So, he's white element, so actually that's fine because now Lynx can just attack him mercilessly with no problems whatsoever. So, let's do 1, 2, 3. If you just use physical attacks on him, he won't actually use any elements on you whatsoever. So, there's that. But as an example of what we can do, let's use this Thunderstorm element. We'll set it down, and I believe this counts as using a yellow element against him. If it doesn't, we can always just use yellow element. We'll just go back around to Lynx's turn. Yeah, okay, it does. So basically what he's going to do now is he's going to use turn yellow on you, and then he'll use the opposite element to deal damage to you. Which, I mean, it does some damage. That's cool. But that's not the part that I'm concerned about. We need to let him get a couple more turns after this. And then what he'll do is he'll attack you. He'll cast the buff or debuff of that element, so low res in this case, I think. And then he'll cast the element that we just trapped, which is Thunderstorm. We don't want to use our other traps just yet because they are... if you use the other traps, it'll overwrite the trap that you currently have, as far as I'm aware, and it'll also overwrite his AI pattern. So basically, until he uses Thunderstorm, we don't want to use another trap. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to kind of do that for a little bit. And then, ideally, we'll use another trap once he uses Thunderstorm, and once you use the other trap, it should set his element up in such a way that he'll switch elements. So, like, if I was to use... another trap after this. So let's just kind of, basically what I mean is I want to build the element power so that way we can use the traps whenever. Yeah, so as you can see, he's using low res, and then in a minute he'll use Thunderstorm on you. I don't know if it's going to happen now. It isn't. Okay, that's fine. But we want to build up our element power while we're waiting for him to use it, so that way we can set another trap at the time that we need to. So like, next I'll probably want to set a Holy Light trap, and then he'll... go from there. It might not be a bad idea to get Diminish up, but I'm not really super concerned about it, to be honest. He can't... I mean, if he deals damage, we have healing. I'm not worried about the healing part, so... I don't want to inflict too much damage on him, though, because I don't want to accidentally... He's got 1,500 HP, so I don't want to accidentally kill him before I grab these elements from him. So, but there you go. Uses Thunderstorm there. We can grab that from him. Next thing I think I want to do is do the Holy Light element. Yeah, that sounds good. So let's set that down. And if you use white element on him, he'll use turn black and then a white element spell on you, if I remember correctly. Or is it turn white and then a black element spell? Probably that one, the latter. So let's defend. Yeah, there we go. So turn white, and now he'll use a black element on us. And there goes Graviton not being an AoE spell like I thought it was, but that's fine. We've... got a little bit of an advantage as Lynx because he's already black innate element, so it kind of lets him be a little bit more effective than he could otherwise be against black element. It kind of just resets itself, basically. But now since we've been turn whited, our attacks are also considered white innate, so that doesn't help us. Anyway, we'll just defend for a little bit till he uses Holy Light, and then we'll switch it up again. I don't even care about him using weak-minded. But basically, once I get all the traps off, what I'm probably going to want to do is I'm going to want to reset the fight by running away. And so that means we have to listen to his spiel again, but that's okay. Alright, so you're done with your traps. So now let's set a free fall trap. And he should use turn black and then probably photon beam once that happens. It might be worth it for me to heal real quick, actually. Just a quick little heal all should be enough. So we set the free fall trap. He'll use free fall eventually on us, and then we'll set the carnivore trap. He can use that. And then we'll set Norris's traps. And once we're done with all of those traps, then we'll have access to all of these level 5 elements that we wouldn't have access to otherwise. We can reset the fight, keep all the elements, and then, go from there. Alright, so I think it's high time that Radius builds his element power up a little bit, so that way he's ready to go next we need him to be. That's good. Let's go to Lynx's turn and do a little healing. You've still got your heal ball -3, so let's just do that. I could use Imbecile on him as well. As far as I'm aware, using debuffs does not count as... Well, it might count as using... whatchamacallit. It might count as using a... It's not an attack element, obviously, but it might count in terms of setting his spells up a certain way. So, speaking of Imbecile, I'm an Imbecile now. Alright, so anyway, let's defend, let him use Free Fall, and then we'll go back to Radius's turn, and we'll use Carnivore. Let's see. There we go. So, we could cast another Free Fall, and basically, if you just continue to leave him here, he'll just keep casting Free Fall over and over and over again eventually. Like, obviously, he'll just repeat the pattern that he just did, but I don't want to do that. I'd rather just get another carnivore, so that way we've got 2. But this is a nice way. You can do this as many times as you want. If you have a bunch of traps, you could always just stay here and farm a whole bunch of these elements so that you can have them for later. I'm not going to do that because it takes too long, but you could do it if you wanted to. Alright, so here's a turn green. I'm already green, actually! And then we'll get upheaved, which will probably hurt a little bit because radius is already green. So, yeah, just a little bit of hurt there. Lynx, do you still have Imbecile on? It doesn't look like it. Okay, so let's have you heal. I'm saying Lynx now, I just realized that. Okay, well, whatever, that's fine. Let's do a recover all -1. I don't know if that'll heal radius all the way up, but after this he won't get hit by any more spells because he'll be done with the traps, so there you go. Build his element power back up just in case we need to heal after this. That's good enough, just do one of those. There we go. But yeah, as you can see, his physical attacks are not very threatening, so if that's all you got to deal with, and if you don't cast any elements at all in the fight, that's all you'll have to deal with, is just his physical attacks. So you can kind of just work your way up from there, you know. So, well, Bad Eye is a pain in the ass. It's the opposite of Eagle Eye. It'll reduce your accuracy, but how much? Okay, well, a good chunk by at least 25, probably 25% is what it looks like there, but anyway, our carnivore trap's up, so this will trap this. Thank you, sir. You're a gentleman and a scholar. All right, Norris, your traps are next. So, and actually, honestly, we could probably do, well, I don't know, I think Fiznegate would set him up on his yellow element paths, and we get Thunderstormed a whole bunch, but let's set Inferno first, then we'll set Deluge. We can actually get a Deluge. If you aren't doing it this way and you want to get a Deluge, it's the last of the level 5 elements, if I remember correctly, that you can get because, well, I think you get an Earthquake in the next dungeon that we go to. And I think you get an Inferno from Mount Pyre, so maybe that's the last one because you have to go there first, or rather not first, but last. I don't know, but you definitely don't get Deluge right now. It's not for a little while until you'll get it, so. But yeah, so I know this is taking a little while. Apologies for that, but it's not going to take so long that I'm concerned, basically. That's the gist of it. So, build Norris's element power back up, let him just pew-pew a little bit, just a 2 will do. And then he'll attack, he'll use, let's see, what would that be, Weaken, probably? And let's let you build the element power up a little bit too, just in case. Is he dying yet? No, not yet. Okay, fair enough. I probably could be having Surge doing a whole bunch of damage though, and that would end this fight a little quicker, but yeah, maybe I'll try it, why not? I don't want to hit him too much though, because if he starts to slump over, we're going to need to hold off for a minute. Okay, yeah, like that. I don't want to hit him anymore for now. So let's just defend and then let him cast... no, I don't want to run away yet until I get this Inferno and the Deluge. Okay, so that's Inferno. Now all we got to do is get Deluge out of him, so let's set that trap. And then maybe we don't have to run away, because I can probably just plant him into the ground once he casts Deluge on us. So I'll just get a good combo going for Surge, and then we'll be good. I don't want to heal just yet, actually, because in a minute we're going to need to heal a little bit more anyway, so... I could top off right now, but nah, it's fine. We'll be good. So now he'll turn blue, and then I was gonna say Fire Pillar or Magma Burst, but Fire Pillar seems to be the case here. That's fine. Norris, build your element power back up. It looks like Norris is burned as well, so we got to be a little careful of that because that reduces his defense, but yeah, it's fine. I hope I don't kill him before the Deluge. I don't think this will. Just the 1-1-2. Yeah, we're fine. All right. So we're all ahead to full on our element power now. So if we need to use it, we can. And do I heal? No, I think I get to Radius's turn and I set up Eagle Eye for Surge. So that way, once he casts Deluge, then I can just blast him multiple times and be done with the fight. So... yeah, a little bit puzzly if you want to grab all of this stuff, basically. And that's fine, you know, it is what it is. Just defend for now. Get Deluge, and then we'll go to Lynx's turn, and we'll have him do a few blasts with his weapon. And go from there. 3-3 Glide Hook. 3-3 Feral Cats. How about 3-3 Feral Cats? Where's my Feral Cats? There they are. Might as well use them while I got them. We're on the ship, so... Get him! I was going to say get them, but there's only one target. And there he goes. And with that, we've grabbed a whole bunch of level 5 elements from the Sage of Marble while also defeating him, so now he can tell us how to get into the Dead Sea. And as the cherry on top, we also get the 23rd star level. Isn't that nice? So, one thing, I don't really think I went into too much depth with this, but with star levels and mini levels, so you've been noticing probably that, you know, Surge hasn't been getting a ton of great levels necessarily. He's been getting a few things, but not necessarily great ones. The reason is because there's something of diminishing returns that happens when you use a certain party member a lot, and since Surge is always in the party, either as himself or as Lynx, he'll get, like, lower levels sometimes, like where he'll only maybe get one stat or whatever, but that's because he's getting all those mini levels. When you get those mini levels, the game has a tendency to give you less, because at star level 99, you'll have max stats anyway, so it's just a matter of, are you going to get them a little faster or a little slower? It doesn't really matter that way. So, if you're using somebody a lot and all of a sudden it's like, hey, you're not getting as good of stuff as you used to get, it's just because the game is giving you some diminishing returns. Basically, it'll give you more if it's trying to catch somebody up. Like in this case, it's trying to catch Norris up to everybody else, and that's why he got a little bit more than everybody else did. So, but Radius got more strength, so that's a good thing too. I'll take that. There's another Mithril helmet if we need it, so I'll take that too. Because if I'm going to go recruit that other party member, then it's probably a good idea to have that. So, yeah, it's pretty important. I don't know, but it might be the only way that I can figure out how to... What were we going to the Dead Sea for? We were going there to see what happened to the Dragoons, but I think also to try to figure myself out, right? I'll keep it in mind, thanks. And we need this Fiddler Crab in order to get into the Dead Sea. So just go find where the tide's different, and then use the Fiddler Crab, and we can get in. Alright, fair enough. Oh, good. He's going to give him the same spiel that he gave me. But apparently he's got an excuse, unlike me. I mean, technically speaking, aren't you like 1/4 demi-human? Because I don't actually, again, I don't know how that works, but if he's 1/4 demi-human because he was born to a demi-human, which are like half human, then he could probably pull it off. You're just going to come out and say it? I figured you would have let him on a little bit. Well, he put up more walls, to be fair. That's because he's not letting them understand Nikki. Like, he needs to stop screaming in sorrow alone if he wants that to heal. It will never heal if he does it alone. What do you think? It's going to make his heart increase 3 sizes? Ah. I was going to say, that sounds like you need to follow him then. And what for? Oh, okay, fair enough. So, Nikki wants you to go have a chat with him on his ship. It's a good idea to do that right now, because you don't want to forget to do it until later, because at a certain point, forgetting to do it until later will be problematic because you won't be able to do it at all. This is actually tied to the fact that we needed to have Zappa in the party. It's basically the process of saving Marble will eventually, in the most roundabout way possible, allow you to create rainbow weapons. So if you don't go talk to Nikki now while you're still on the ship, you might forget, and then after a certain point, it'll cut you off and prevent you from doing the quest anymore. So you don't want that to happen. So just go talk to him while you're here. You might as well, if I can chat with this guy. I actually didn't even go down to look at the Grand Slam, to be fair with you. Let's go look at that before we go to have a chat with Nikki. As long as we don't leave the ship, we're not cutting our own noses off here. And I think Nikki needs to go follow the Sage anyway. We should also probably go check in with Sneff. I don't know if maybe we can do something with that just yet, so... What is this, a monster betting arena? What are you talking about? Wonder if that's a Parappa the Rapper reference. I think you're in a little too deep. Yeah, so the way that this works is the arena in here, the Grand Slam, you get to choose what monsters you want to fight against the monster tamer over on the side there, and boy do I have some fucking words about her, but we'll talk about that later. It's mostly in the aesthetics because Jesus Christ. But anyway, I would actually not like to do the Grand Slam just yet because there's one more monster that I'd like to go and collect up. And in case that isn't enough of a hint, the monster list that you can use here in the arena is based on the Doppelgang list that Sprig has access to. So if you want to do really well here, I mean, Lagoonate does pretty well here, to be fair. Any one of the 3 rounds, if you stick Lagoonate in, it can pretty much solo the whole thing. However, you cannot use that Doppelgang for more than 1 round. So you have to have enough good monsters to get you through a total of 3 rounds. So you need at least 3 good monsters. Now, at this point, we've got 3 because we've got Fossicker and Torminator and Lagoonate. We've also got Total Chaos, so that's not totally off center either. But there's one more monster I'd like to go and get before we do it, so not just yet. Something like that, yeah. I'd rather be prepared before I go and do all 3 of these, but... yeah, that lady right there is the monster tamer, the one that's on the stage there. I have things to say about her, but we'll talk about that later. For now, let's go see if Sneff is willing to cooperate now. And if not, then let's get the heck off this ship, and then we can head out from there. Where is Sneff, anyway? I wonder if he went back to the roulette wheel, since, you know, now he can win it. Maybe. It wouldn't be here. That's the inn. Upstairs. Let me just see here. Yeah, as a matter of fact, yes. Because all we need to do is go here, watch him win, somehow, raking in the dough, now that it's not an unfair game. He's on fire! Good to see it. Fair enough. So basically he'll go pay Fargo, but he needs to go pack up his things before he gets off the ship. So what you can do is you can head back downstairs. I'm sure he went and paid Fargo in the interim of the 2 seconds that I let him leave. And then you can go here, and I believe he'll be in here. Yep, there he is. I've already pulled my back. Why would I want to pull your leg? Oh, good. So now Salt and Pepper also are stuck performing. And apparently the pirates are called Lank and Stout. So that's just great. Oh my god. I was going to say, I don't think him going on a diet is going to help their act. Doesn't he have to be stout to be, well, stout? Okay, well, he's had a change of heart. Oh, okay, so he already knows what's up then. Well, if you want to help, then who am I to refuse? I mean, you could refuse if you really wanted to. He's not particularly good. He's actually usually considered one of the worst characters in the game, but Snef joined your party. So, there you go. I just think that a lot of people don't like him because, first of all, he's another yellow innate character. Isn't that great? Second of all, I mean, look at him. And third of all, his stats usually leave something to be desired. But if you want to use Snef, hey, go nuts. If you had Guile with you, he has a double tech with Guile, but we don't have Guile with us right now, so I can't really do anything with that. So, as for his stats, yeah, at this star level, those sorts of stats, ugh, leaves a lot to be desired there, Snef. I mean, Sprig has more HP than you. Like, holy man, she hasn't even been here for that long. All right, well, anyway, you hang out here. If we need you, we'll let you know. How exactly does that work anyway? Like, do we give them some, like, a teleporter piece or something? Like, how do we get them off of wherever they are and take them with us? Like, isn't that a little weird? Has anybody thought about this, or am I the only one that's thinking about any of this stuff? Excuse me. Now, how the hell do I get onto Nikki's ship anyway? Do I go this way? Or do I go up this way? And then he'll let me on the ship. If I go like this. Okay, thanks. Yeah, I thought you got on here from somewhere around here. Turns out it's right here, so. But yeah, like I said, go do this now while you're here, because you don't want to forget to do this, and then all of a sudden later on, it's like, why can't I make rainbow equipment? Well, I'll tell you why. Yeah, what's the sit rep here, Nikki? I mean, if you think it'll work. No, I'm dead serious. I learned the Song of Marble from the Sage. These people. Yeah, us, thanks. Sure, sounds like a plan. I'm always down to beat up a few monsters. Especially in this case, a bunch of ghosts. Well, thankfully for you, I was going to say, Nikki's already got that part covered, but... He's got you literally chained to his ship? What the hell, Fargo? Yeah. I mean, something like that, yeah. Alright, so they need to rehearse for a while, but Irens here needs to figure out how to convince Fargo to take the Zelbes, well, all the way over to where it needs to go. Yes, ma'am? Yeah, well, I figure it'll help out, so why not? Hey, okay, fair enough. And the game continues to throw party members at us because Irens joins our party as well. She's actually pretty good. I wouldn't consider her as good as Lena, but she's another Blue Element character, and Blue Element is one of the best in the game, so you can't really go wrong with that one. She's got some decent support moves, if I remember correctly. She's got some attack all, like, AoE damage. I think she has good status and stamina recovery. I think she's got like 11 of both, so that's not terrible. She also uses picks as her weapon, just like Nikki does, so she's kind of got a somewhat unique weapon, but it's not completely unique. So if you went the Nikki route and you don't feel like using him anymore, you could always just have... Well, you don't have Nikki at this point if you went the Nikki route because he's with the old party. But you could just switch his gear off for Irens' gear. So there you go. So she's not bad. Good magic caster. So if you aren't keen on Lena, or if you never got Lena, Irens is probably one of your better casters from a Blue Element. And she'll catch up pretty quickly. Her magic is at 17 right now, which is, you know, it's as much as Radius, but, I mean, to be fair, we've only got 20 magic, so it's not that far off from where we are, so... But yeah, that's it for party members for right now. If you manage to beat the Grand Slam right now, you can actually recruit another party member. But we're not going to do that just yet. We'll come back for that one. Like I said, I'm just going to go to the next area. There's one monster I want to grab there, although it's very difficult to get. But we'll figure that part out once we actually get to where we're going. So, first things first, we need to go to the Dead Sea so we can see if this fiddler crab works. So let's go do that first. Probably a good idea to bring Radius with you, although I think he shows up even if you don't have him in your party. So if you're not keen on him, don't worry about it. I think he'll just show up to let you know what you need to do next. So. Alright, but let's get out of here. And now we're done with all that. I think I'm just going to hop in right here just to save real quick. And then we'll go from there. Also, there's some elements that I need to unequip because we've got all those extra, whatchamacallits, so... all those extra traps that we no longer have or need, like this Holy Light. So I should probably just stick Magnify there, since that was what I was going to use before. Actually, no, it's probably a good idea to stick Holy Light there, now that I think about it. Because... well, should I have you use Holy Light, or should I have Radius do it? Maybe I'll have you stick Magnify right here for now, and then I'll have Radius do Holy Light. Because the next area that we're going to, Holy Light actually works really, really well, so... we'll see what we can do about that. I think I want turn blacks, actually. Well, turn whites would actually probably be better. So maybe 2 turn whites and a turn black. And then that should be good. What else? Don't really need a graviton. Photon beam would probably be the better one. Meteor shower. Yeah, okay. Got an extra slot. I don't think I need Arrow Blaster. Meteor Shower will work well enough. And then keep the freefall traps, because the next area is full of black innate enemies, and they all, well, not all of them know freefall, but a good chunk of them do, so, or at least one of them does and use it fairly frequently, so the other 5 freefall traps that we have, most likely will just go towards that, so. I think I'm going to stick Holy Light right here, actually. It's -1, but the effect of Holy Light, it says it right in the description there. It says in parentheses, annihilates undead. So there's a lot of undead enemies in the next area, and having access to Holy Light will make it easier for us to deal with them. So, oops. So that is the plan, and that is what we'll do. So turn white, turn black. Actually, it might be better to do 2 turn blacks and 1 turn white, so let's do that. Because the turn blacks are useful for the boss fight of the next area, but the turn whites are useful for the actual enemies themselves. So, not that we might even need those, because we'll just, you know, cast white innate attacks, white innate elements instead. But, you know, just in case. Okay, maybe I should save again, since, oh yeah, I'm already on land. Since I had to equip all that stuff. And actually, thinking about it, I should probably also allocate to Sprig, because Sprig needs to come with us in this first part, so that we can attack the enemy that I want her to fight with meteors. So, alright, now we'll save. Let's go see if we can use that fiddler crab first, and then after that we'll see about where we're going. I think you have to go to the Dead Sea first anyway. We'll find out right now, because off we go. So, fiddler crab. Whoa. Well, something's happening. There we go. Okay. Well, it opened up a spot for us. Now all we gotta do is wait for the water to settle and then head on through. Well, there's Death's Door, like they said. That was what we're looking for, so. And a save point, just in case we need it as well. I already saved, though, so it's probably fine. Now, what the hell is that supposed to be? I mean, a sword, but... What do you mean, evil sword mass immune? The mass immune is evil? Since when? Frog was wielding it last I saw. Whoa. I was gonna say, Radius, do you want to back up from that? That's not really... Okay, fair enough. So what do we do? You mean Lynx? Well, Surge, Lynx in Surge's body. So how do we stop it from showing off negative sentiments? How do I break an emotion? Yeah, so what are we supposed to do about it? So we have to go find this Einlanzer, huh? I think we've heard about the Einlanzer already. But it's the other one is stuck in the other world for right now, so... Oh, okay. So which cavern? Yeah, so I kind of avoided the place before, but we have to go to the Isle of the Damned in order to get the Einlanzer, because it will balance out the evil power of the mass immune, apparently. Now, how do you suppose that happened? Fair enough. So even in death, he's still got some resentment for the living, huh? Okay, so where do we get that? Oh, okay. So I guess we were going to go to Hermit's Hideaway anyway, so let's just go back there and grab this item. We already kind of went there and grabbed all the items before this, but, you know. We'll just go back. So a nice quick little jaunt here. We'll grab what we need. We'll head for the Isle of the Damned. And then I think we have just enough time today to hopefully get the Doppelgang, the last Doppelgang that I need for Sprig. We'll see. Oh, really? Okay. Remember that Dario guy for later as well. That'll be something that we'll... Whoa. Okay. Be able to think about. Well, it's not a wonder he won. He's like 4 feet taller than you and has 2 swords. Uh-huh. Yeah, okay. I was going to say, so who's using it now if Garai and Dario are not around anymore? Man, what a weird-looking cave. It's not a wonder it turned evil. Look at that place. It looks like the festering cave of a bunch of vengeful spirits. What could be wrong? It already parted the mountains previously in its life. Yeah, alright. Fair enough. No, but how did the mass immune start to look that way? Like, it definitely didn't look like that when Frog wielded it back in Chrono Trigger. Something fishy about this sword. I was gonna say, do you want to talk about it, Radius, or... Alright, fair enough. Now, I don't have any hard evidence. I just have a hunch. But I think that the mass immune is a metaphor in this game. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I will extrapolate a little bit on it later. Oh, this door's closed. Okay, there he goes. For now, it's not really important that I extrapolate on it for now, but later, definitely. We'll talk about it. Oh, okay. Yeah, so we need the Garai's Keepsake in order to get into... There's a mirror blocking the way into the Isle of the Damned right now, so we need that Keepsake in order to pass through the mirrors. So there you go. And I would like to bring Radius along for the journey through the Isle of the Damned, but for now, the main thing that we're going to want to do is we're going to want to go this way instead. And I'm actually going to bring Sprig into the party instead. Oh, I guess our party order got all fumbled up. Fair enough. But yeah, so we're going to bring Sprig into the party because, like I said, there's actually one more monster that I want to doppelgang so that we have access to it for the Grand Slam. And what I'll do, basically, is once we get this monster, we'll call it a day. Hopefully we'll get it. And then we'll basically finish the Isle of the Damned next time. And then we'll... once we're done in the Isle of the Damned, before we go to the Dead Sea, we'll go take care of all the extra little things that we can do in between before we go to the Dead Sea, and then we'll actually go from there. So, I hate to break it to you folks, but there will be a little bit more in the way of side questing. I think we've done most of the side quests in the game at the moment, though. I think the only ones left after this is, like, saving Marble, but you can't do anything with that right now because we don't have any way of convincing Fargo to actually drive the Zelbest there. So until we have that method of convincing, excuse me, we can't do anything with that. We'll figure that out later, though. Alright, so let's bring Sprig with us. I'm going to try to avoid as many fights as I can on the way to what I'm looking for, because the enemy that I'm looking for is kind of in the back corner of the Isle of the Damned at the moment, so... Also, if you don't have Radius in the party, he'll show up in the party when you, whatchamacallit, when you go back here, so there you go. Okay, so I can't go in there just yet. I think if I remember correctly, we need to lead one of these wisps towards this door to break it, if I remember correctly. Or is it this door? I don't remember. We're going to find out in a second. But leading these wisps to specific areas is actually part of the game here. It's one of the things that you can do to change things up around here a little bit. So we basically need to beat these ones up for now. And you know what I just realized is that I left Holy Light on Radius and he's out of the party, but that's okay. We can always just... use Meteor Shower instead, so... Alright, well there goes that one. So... Where's my Meteor Shower? Didn't I equip it? Is that a no? Maybe it's a no. So do you have it equipped? I mean, I guess I could just Sun Shower, but I thought I equipped Meteor Shower on everybody. Maybe I'm imagining things in my old age. Let's see how much that does. It'll probably deal a little bit, but... yeah, that's fine. She's also probably burned, but... we can handle that. It's fine. No, actually, I think if I remember correctly, Magma Burst doesn't have a chance to burn. I think it has a chance to confuse? Yeah. Because she's taking her turn. Without my input right now. And so is Norris. I'm going to go grab the Holy Light element, because this whole doing your turns without me thing, yeah, no, that's not going to fly. I'll be back. Because I think if I remember correctly, everything on the island is considered undead, so... but we'll find out in a moment. Alright, so let's back off for a second. And then elements, allocate, radius, give me that damn Holy Light. I didn't think about it because... oh no, you know what might have happened is I might have only equipped radius with the elements rather than equipping everybody else. So, let's just see. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Okay, well, let's equip everybody so that they're ready to go here. I probably could use more photon beams, but, you know. Meteor Shower and... then Holy Light. We'll put Holy Light right here, just that way. It's again, it's -1, but that's not... the point of it isn't for it to deal damage. The point of it is to... the point of it is less the damage that it deals and more the annihilates undead part. That's the part that I care about. So, all right, let's try this again, shall we? And you could do this just as well without Holy Light. It's just obviously you got to watch out for stuff like Magma Burst. So. All right, so I'm gonna need a 2/2, but that'll be a problem for stamina. So let's switch off to Norris, see if he can get up to level 5 so he can Sun Shower. Okay, gets rid of that guy for us. Good. And now. Oh yeah, I gotta take those off of him as well. I didn't equip him either, so I should probably do that, but Sun Shower will do some good damage at least to start. So. And then we can go back to Lynx because we've got all of our stamina back now, so that's good. Okay, so Sun Shower just takes those guys out flat out. Alright, fair enough. And these guys probably only have a little bit left in the tank as well. Okay, maybe a little bit more than I thought. So I guess not having Holy Light, I mean, if you don't have it, you could do just as well with an AoE attack like Sun Shower or one of the level 5/6 elemental spells. So, there you go. 3 fire pillars and an eyeball, good lord. Alright, now if I remember correctly, yeah, so it'll blow up, and what that does is it blows open this door, so now you can proceed with the dungeon. There's no mirrors for us to worry about currently, but there are airframes to worry about in this area, so we'll have to keep that in mind as we go through. What of your stuff do I need to unequip? I can unequip the Aqua Ball. I should probably get more Photon Beams. This can be a Meteor Shower. And then we can stick an Earthquake back on. And I'll put another Meteor Shower on, because why not? And then, or maybe I'll put Thunderstorm on, actually. It won't be probably as good as the Meteor Shower is, but he only has the 1 slot at level 6 at the moment, and we'll leave Fizz Negate for that. So now I just need to find my way through here in such a way that I can actually find the enemy that I'm looking for. Because I don't remember where it is. Yeah, I hope we don't get the mini level. Like, oh, wait, hang on, we've been here already. Alright, so I think if I go through here, I can use the Keepsake and we can go through the mirror. Okay, now we're up here. So yeah, this island's a little bit of a maze, I guess. You gotta figure out how to get from one place to another. And, well, that's one way. Okay, hold on. Can I get up there somehow? Maybe go this way? Because it's not this way. I think we already went this way, right? Yeah, and it comes out over here. I'm trying to avoid the airframes. That's what these enemies are called. Just because, at the moment, I don't want to fight them because all I'm going to do is run away from them, so... let's see if I can juke them. Nope. Okay. Alright, we got to look at a map. We're burning daylight and I still have homework to do, so I can't wait much longer to figure this part out. Let's see. What the hell's happening? Oh, power dive. Okay, fair enough. I'll fix their wagon in just a second. So go under the spinal column. There's a mirror that you can go through according to this that leads you to the next room. Well, I think I went through all the mirrors, but... Alright. Well, first things first, Sprig needs healing, so let's get a little of that going and then we'll run. Alright, now we leave. I guess it was just one airframe. If I still had the... I think it was one anyway. I didn't check if there was another, but it didn't look like it. If I still had the free fall traps and they weren't on radius, I could probably just use those, but oh well. So up here then. This isn't the way through. So it says this is the place we're supposed to go. But didn't we go this way? And it led to... Oh, hang on. Wait a minute, I think I see it. Because, like, underneath the spinal cord, you can walk under and go there. I think. Yeah, so, like, if I go here, and then I go down here. There we go. Okay. Now I got it. I didn't see this one at first. That's my bad. Yeah, so this will lead us up here. We can use the keepsake up here. And that'll let us into this section. So you got to go quite a ways in the dungeon in order to get to where you need to go, but that's okay. Alright, so this is the room. There's a wisp up there. We need that wisp to follow us down here, and I'll show you why. So there's a room there that we can go through. And I believe that leads to the boss fight. But if you go to the left here instead, you'll notice that there is a set of armor right here. And it's just hanging out, chilling out, doing nothing. Now the wisp, we need to have it drawn over here so that it can blow open a hole in the treasure room. So you got to kind of like lead it like this. You got to just kind of walk in front of it. Don't get too far ahead of it. And get it as close to the armor set as possible before you engage it in a battle. Then engage it in a battle and kill it. And then the fun begins. And then once we're done with the fun beginning, then we have to actually get out of here, but we'll worry about that when we get that far. Alright, 2 will-o-wisps. We can handle this. Especially if we do that. And then let's see if Holy Light is enough to instantly KO it, or if this thing is not considered undead. I don't remember what, if it is or it isn't, but this should deal good damage no matter what. Yeah, good damage. It's not great, but it's good. Norris can finish it off. Nice and easy. I believe if I remember correctly, guns actually have an advantage against floating enemies in this game. It's usually not something that you encounter, but it's there, so... Another Inferno, that's great. Not gonna need too many of those if I keep getting those, so... Alright, so it blows up. Now you'll notice that the armor piece just activated, it turned on. So now you can engage it in a fight. This is the only time in the entire game that you can engage this enemy in a fight, so don't waste this opportunity. Try your hardest to get Sprig to actually be able to take this thing down. A White Knight. It's probably the best doppelgang in the entire game for her if you're planning on using her regularly, so definitely try your hardest to get this thing in your list. It's also really good in the Grand Slam, so we'll try to do that. Sadness Wave, huh? I didn't even see what it said there. Spirits up. I think it said a defense, rather, decreased, and then its defense increases. So obviously, at this point, elements will be the way to go because of the fact that it increased its defense. So we'll see what we can do about that. Let's see. I've got Turn White on, right? Yeah, I can just do that real quick for you. Deal some damage. I believe it has 750 HP, if I remember correctly. Basically, what I want to do is I want to stop once it starts to slump over, just like usual, so... Yeah, even with its defense up, we can still deal pretty massive damage with Turn White on, so that's the plan. Just bonk him with Sprig. I'll save the Meteor Shower +2 for in a minute. Let's see how much we do with Meteor Shower +1 first. And then we'll see where he's at HP-wise. Okay, that's like 200. That's not bad at all. Let's see. Well, he's still not slumping, so... Nice dodge. Do I do a Meteor Shower now? Let's actually go over to Lynx's turn so that I can... I don't know how close we are. I just want to make sure. You know, if I can hit. Oh, good. Even more defense. I think there was a bug that was just crawling on me. That's no good. Little teeny tiny fly. Well, anyway. Don't really need to deal the damage that way, I guess, but, you know, it's there. Did I equip a Photon Beam on you? No, I didn't. I'm just spooked to use Meteor Shower, because I feel like if I do, I'm gonna, like, kill it. And I don't think we're quite at the point where that can happen, but still, I don't want to test my luck. Okay, yeah, so see, it's already slumped over a little bit. So now, let's go over to Sprig and have Sprig do some damage so we can maybe Meteor Shower it again. Okay, we're at level 6, so we should have access to our other Meteor Shower. This thing also has other buffs that it can use, by the way. It has one that increases its attack and decreases your attack. And now the thing about those is that they're all at level 8. So if you doppelgang it and you want to use those, you're going to have to boost yourself up quite a bit in order to get it to work. But they're pretty good for Sprig, especially later when you get an accessory that lets her get to level 8 a little bit faster from the start of a fight. It doesn't let her get to level 8 faster every round, but at the very least it takes care of the little bit at the very beginning. But there you go. We got it. Now let's see if we got even luckier. Okay, so no level up yet. Nope, we didn't. Okay, that's fine. It can drop a rainbow shell if you're lucky, but we did not get it. That being said, we did get a golden tiara out of it, so that can be sold for a pretty premium amount of money. So there you go. If you want to continue with the dungeon, you can always go through that door. I do not want to continue with the dungeon. I want to get the hell out of here, so that is what we're going to try to do without running too afoul of too many more of the enemies here. Basically, what I want to do is I want to get Sprig out of the party. We'll get Radius back into the party, and then he can be the one that works on getting the mini level. Because this is kind of Radius's dungeon, you know what I mean? This is kind of where his story kind of comes to a head in a way, because him and Garai were old pals, so obviously we want him here for that. Excuse me. If he's not here for that, basically he'll pop into your party and just be like, "Hey, hello, I'm here. I'm not in your party, but I'm going to show up for this part anyway." So, was there anything in here? I didn't check over here to see if there's a treasure like in the other world. Doesn't appear to be. This is over here? No, it's not. Okay. We do need to get that wisp to do something else in that room where the White Knight was for us, though, but we'll worry about that later. Because for now, again, let's get Radius back into the party. And then once we do that, we can call it a day. Alright, so Sprig, I think you're done. I think we've done everything that I need you to do, because now our Grand Slam list is full of some really solid monsters. There are even more really powerful monsters that you can grab for her the further and further you go into the game to make the Grand Slam easier and easier. But with the ones that we have now, she should be able to handle everything that gets thrown at us. So either way, let's grab some of her stuff. Take that off, and that off, and that off. We won't need that stuff anymore. And then we got your elements already. So now let's just get Radius back into the party. And then we'll call it a day. Let's see here. There we go. Where's my old man? There he is. Alright. So, let's put some allocation on him real quick. Probably going to want to set some free fall traps, so I think I might do that. I might actually... yeah, I'm going to stick those here. I won't need Magnify in here, I don't think. So let's set the free fall traps up here. That's just regular free fall. And then if we fight a few airframes, that's fine, because we can just use the free fall traps, which I think are actually on Radius's person. So, okay, fair enough. Let's see, where are they at? Photon Beam, Meteor Shower. Yeah, you've got free fall there. I might leave it like that, honestly, because then I can just have Radius go first. He'll set free falls, and then if we get hit by a free fall, good, we'll just trap it. So the airframes that I was trying to avoid in that one room, they're the ones that cast free fall on you. So we'll just, you know, throw a trap down, see if we can catch a few free falls. If we get all 6, so we already got 1. If we get the other 5, that's great. If we don't, well, then I guess I can always come back. Or maybe I'll just go take care of it off screen, and then we'll come back for the next episode of Chrono Cross, the Stream Edition. And then we will continue through the island. There, like I said, is one more treasure I need to go get over by where that armor was, but we don't need to worry about that just yet. Worry about that in the next episode, which will be happening on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So, thank you for watching, everybody. I appreciate you coming out to Twitch and YouTube to check out the stream, and I'll see all of you on the next one, which, as I said, will be on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Until then, everybody, take care, and have a good one. Something tells me sleeping for a couple of days in the Isle of the Damned won't be a good idea either. If we were getting nightmares over by Marble, then I can't imagine what kind of nightmares we'd be getting in a place like this.